rain, the risk of some flash flooding, not only on the small streams and creeks, but on the highways. And every once in a while, there could be some pockets of some strong gusty winds up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Now, on Saturday, partly sunny skies, but there's still going to be a couple of showers and thunderstorms around, though I think the action on Saturday is limited. 89 degrees. On Sunday, sunny, hot, and very humid. Steam bath weather coming in on Sunday afternoon with a high of 95. This is going to be around at least through Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
And the flash flood watch continues through 7 o'clock tonight. 78 right now in St. Peter, 77 in Florissant, 77 downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS on KMOX 104.1 FM. I said that backwards and it felt really weird in my mouth. It was like who's pup yesterday. I just had I had vowels and consonants in my mouth and I just had to get them out. So
what will today hold?
XOMK.
That's how it felt. Okay, I've heard that song a million times. Dance Night Away.
Yeah.
Is the first phrase, have you seen her so bottom pretty, dancing with the styling in?
Somebody, I think.
Have you seen her so fine and pretty?
See,
there you go. See,
61 years old.
Yeah, I know.
I always thought
Same way.
it was so bottom pretty.
Oh, I thought it was somebody pretty, but
And I was like,
I can't. I probably knew it at one time, but you know how it is. You get old, forget
So
things.
bottom pretty.
Yeah, I thought it was like she had
she
a
got a
pretty
pretty bottom.
bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's an
I get it.
interesting way of putting it.
Yeah.
Play it again.
Okay, hold on.
because now you're only going to hear the wrong way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can also, when you hear for fine, if you listen for it, you definitely hear it.
I never have.
No?
I never knew that.
Yeah. I mean, like you just
Never
said-
knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm picturing a bottom so pretty that you lose the ability to form a correct sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, that bottom is worse.
You're like, this is who's ball.
Who's pup? Yeah. Instead of horse pup. We should go do karaoke as a show sometime.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
great.
fun.
We should go do
Neil
karaoke.
doesn't want to.
I mean,
And
I'll do it. I just
We should do
People
karaoke
be
and
really
sing
bad.
the lyrics that we think are the lyrics.
Yeah,
And not,
exactly.
yeah.
sing them wrong.
Hit them with so bottom pretty.
Yeah. I would like to do
it like
So
the-
Bottom Pretty by Van Halen.
Do it like the wedding singer. Just throw in really terrible things.
Rach, you're the only one that's ever done karaoke.
I don't think that's true. Haven't
Dave,
you
you've
done
done
it,
it.
Andrew?
You've done it.
I've
real
done it a
life,
couple
though.
times.
But you do it real life, Dave. That's like you actually
Yeah.
do that.
Which
So you've
somehow makes it
technically
more
done-
difficult for
Really?
me to... Yeah.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
think it would make it easier just because you've sung in front of people before.
Yeah. No, the only thing I did was when, the very first time back in like 1999 when we went to a resort in Jamaica. Just time of my life. I'd never been to anything like that, all inclusive. And it was Sandals and the Grill, and they had a talent show for the staff and us. And it was so funny because halfway through we realized, oh, they just do this for them.
Yeah, to
Like,
laugh at everybody.
It's
Yeah,
different sunburned Hoosiers
Yeah.
every week. And Lady Patrice just wants to sing Whitney Houston.
Yeah. It's like everybody watching the which episode? What did they call those episodes of what's this? Not The Voice, the big one.
American
America's
Idol?
Got Talent. America's Got Talent. The whole where they all suck and everybody
big
get
one.
the episodes where everybody stinks and get to laugh at how stinky everybody is.
Yeah, I don't watch any of those.
No.
I got up and I played a drum solo with
Oh.
that thing.
All right.
And that was pretty fun.
Karaoke. So nowadays in St. Louis, there's a couple of places that have adopted the like Eastern style of karaoke bar where you can rent like a booth and you can go in with your pals and you can hang out and have some drinks, and it's mostly soundproof.
Yeah.
For your protection.
So it's just you're with your buddies in a room.
Right.
Yeah. But before that, what we had around here was just the Western style of karaoke bar, which is a dive bar with a microphone.
Yeah.
And the thing about those bars is that they are generally frequented by people who really, really love going to karaoke bars.
Yeah.
And if you really love karaoke
Oh, I
bars,
gotcha.
it's because you're an immensely talented karaoke singer.
Like,
Right,
like the
right.
Huey Lewis movie.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and so it's a little bit harder to break into those bars because you have to sit and watch everybody else do a really, really, really good job
Gotcha.
as you try to work up
It's
the
not
nerve.
like a bunch of drunk coworkers.
Yeah,
having
exactly.
fun.
Exactly. It's like professional karaoke singers who do this every night, and then you're
Yeah, I
like,
wouldn't like
well,
that.
I guess I'll follow this.
Yeah. I'll
I
take
guess
the
I'll
drunk coworkers.
I guess I'll follow Aretha.
You guys ever seen the videos of actual singers dropping in on karaoke nights?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. People like start looking around like, geez, this person's good. And it
Remember
turns
when
out,
you
well,
were
yeah.
really impressed by the Survivor karaoke singer? And it was just Survivor.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right, the band survived. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
the show. I'm like,
No.
what?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's when I was first an attorney, and I went across the street to Adams Mark, and this band was killing Eye of the Tiger. And
You're like, these guys are good.
yeah, I said to the bartender, I'm like, God, these guys sound just like Survivor. He goes, oh, that's Survivor. Playing for me and 18 other people.
It's like 15 years later, playing a bar in St. Louis after having the biggest song in the country.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to go to,
What a great song that is, too.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I've heard the guy who wrote it talk about it and how it just wrote itself.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah.
It's got that vibe. It's just good.
And the only reason they are a thing at all is because Queen turned them down, or I think maybe the record company for Queen.
Oh, Turn Down Rocky?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They wanted them to do the song,
Okay.
and their publishing company said no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They did Flash Gordon, but they wouldn't do Rocky.
Yeah, there's a weird movie.
And a weird song. It wasn't terrible, but it's a weird song.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they kind of like the weird stuff.
Yeah.
So it fits them.
I've started getting email from listeners. My email's pretty easy to figure it out.
Don't say that.
It's Hoospa at Odyssey.com.
But people are just, I love it because they're just asking me really simple questions. And I think it's like fun to talk about here. One lady said, after seeing this on TikTok so many times, it recently happened to me. I was flying back home, and I was by myself, sitting in the window seat, and the lady who is like a middle-aged lady, like the lady who emailed me, asked if she can have the window seat. But she just enjoys looking out the window. And she's like, I paid for it. I picked this seat, and I paid for it.
Yeah.
And
I like looking out the window too.
yeah, what the hell?
That's why I paid extra money to look out the window.
So she
That's why I
said-
got the window
She
seat.
said no, but she said the lady was just cold to her the whole rest of the flight. What's wrong with people?
You know, I was thinking of this because I saw like a big long story that someone posted, and Delta expected them to switch their seat so a family could sit together and yada yada. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting so mad at the family because they didn't purchase their seats in advance, which is true and valid. But then I got mad at the airline. Because the airline shouldn't let that
No.
happen the way that it
It
does.
should be like an usher at the Busch Stadium.
Yeah, you should be able to be like, hey, I don't want to switch, and you shouldn't be asking me to switch because
No.
I already made my seat selection. I already paid.
Totally agree.
If you're asking me to switch, I hope you're putting me into first class or into a better seat somehow.
Yeah.
Or
But
an
the-
equivalent seat, right? Like, hey,
Yeah.
can you switch from this seat to this seat? They're both window seats, but I want to be next
Exactly.
to my husband or whatever. That's different.
But the airline will frequently make it the passenger's problem and like, hey, this is kind of on you. We kind of need you to cooperate so this family can sit together. And it's like, no, sorry, but if you think families should sit together, you should make that more of a priority while people are like, I don't understand why it's the consumer's
Totally agree.
issue to work out. It
Another-
just makes things awkward and terrible.
Another person emailed me and said, hey, Dave, I know you love steak. So do I. I eat mine well done. Why do people have to hate on me?
That's gross.
Oh, it's fine. That's the way he wants to eat it. That's fine.
I agree.
yeah, I don't
And
think
this
there's
is coming
a problem
from a
with anybody
medium
eating it.
rare
Yeah.
gal over here.
Did you see? I saw this video, and I don't know how valid it is because I don't know how valid Bobby Flay is in the chef world. I know he's a star, but I don't know how other chefs think of him. But he was on a podcast talking with another chef, and they were saying no burger should ever be anything but medium. That if you want it more rare than that, you're losing flavor because the fat doesn't render properly if you don't cook it to the medium temperature.
Interesting.
So that you don't get the full flavor of it because the center doesn't cook enough for that to happen.
Now, I will usually get a burger like medium well because I don't like the feeling if it. Sometimes
I get you. Yeah.
Sometimes they'll get it too rare, and I don't like the feeling of chewing raw ground beef.
Yeah, and raw ground beef is different than a steak because that ground beef, the bacteria is getting
all been
mixed
exposed.
up.
Yep.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
a steak, it's only on the surface,
right,
and then it cooks off.
I didn't know
also-
that. That's interesting.
I will go to Capitol Grill and have ketchup on my steak.
Well,
Kiss my ass.
That's a step too far.
It's what I
it's
grew
not.
up with.
It's totally fine. Totally fine. Occasionally, I like a little good barbecue sauce with it. Sometimes, most often, I like. I don't know what's the most common. The most common thing I like is the steak butter. I think that's really good.
Yum.
I thought this was a really interesting question. I'm just going to paraphrase this. It's from a 9th grade teacher. She's not in 9th grade. She teaches 9th grade. And,
She is so smart.
She said she gets Chat GPT stuff all the time, but there's this one student that she can tell is using Chat GPT, but he very carefully rewrites it himself. She can tell. And she's like, I feel bad not giving him a decent grade because he's at least going farther than the other kids.
So he's cheating less. Good for him. Like that's a stupid way to look at it.
Is it cheating?
If you have
Yes.
AI
If you change
doing
it
your
around.
work and all you're doing is editing the work, yeah. Because it's not just about how it sounds and which words you choose. It's about the ideas behind it and understanding them and being able to lay them out in a good, smart, intelligent way.
If I handed you a book and I said I wrote Hamlet and I just changed it to be or don't,
yeah,
like I still stole Hamlet.
yeah.
I just made some of the words worse.
I don't know I don't know what solution there is for this because it's just so prevalent now. I know there are programs that check for AI, but then there are also programs that will take an AI thing and make it sound more like you. Like you'll put in like your age and your education level, and it'll like fix it so that it sounds like someone of your intelligence and your level of learning has written it. So I don't know how you keep combating this, but if there's a way, I think if you're caught using AI, you just fail.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you
like
literally
using
cheat.
performance-enhancing drugs.
I mean, what's the difference between that and paying someone else to do the work for you?
At least the other person makes some money.
Helping the economy.
Oh man, I used to do this garbage in school. So we had one of those math textbooks where the back of the book gave you like the answers.
Like the even numbered
Yeah.
answers or something. Yeah.
And I would just turn that in and be like, here you go.
Got a 50.
Here you go.
God, remember when
That was bad at school.
You guys are probably too young, but Wheels, you remember this, and a lot of people listening do. When you would check a book out of the school library, and you'd have to put your name
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no,
on
we
the
had
inside
that.
cover,
You'd
Yeah.
put butt.
The
Dr.
card.
Butt.
and you could see, the card.
Yeah.
I forgot
You
about
got a
Yeah,
little
we
card
had
that
that.
slides into the little the pocket.
I don't know if I ever read a word of any book I ever checked out.
What?
Why'd you check him out? Just to have fun?
I feel like I'm an alien here today. Like, I don't even know.
Well, you're
who
talking about
people-
checking
You
books out
checked
of the
them out.
library,
Why
not
wouldn't you
reading
read
them.
them?
Why did you
Because
check
had
them
to
out and not read
You had
them?
to go to the library.
You just need some like
Oh.
paperweights.
They forced you to check out
Yes,
books?
you couldn't go to the library and not check out a book.
Oh, okay.
At the school library?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you made it seem like it was like your choice to go there. And you're like, I went there and I wanted to, but I
Yeah.
didn't read it.
The,
That's how it
the
sounded.
disconnect is that we were never placed under duress at the library.
Are you talking about the school library?
Oh my God. How
Dave,
difficult
you're the
is
one leaving the
this?
details out. I'm sorry.
Well, I
This
mean,
is
if you-
not
if you
enough.
like- Take your own
I
butt.
said school library.
Okay.
I said, and you said index card, and I said yes.
We
Yeah.
have those at the normal library, too.
Yeah.
They don't have index
That's
cards.
They
called the
did
Dewey
too,
Decimal
yes.
System.
They did.
Look, I've never been to a real public library, but I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
If you have been in a car accident in the past and have settled your case, I may have some good news. Some unethical lawyers have people known as runners who come directly to your hospital room or home and solicit your case. It's a disbarable offense. Anyone that would hire these scumbags needs to have their heads examined. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Now for the good news. If this happened to you, we will sue these lowlifes and fight to get all your fees back. And then look and see if these bottom feeders also malpracticed your case and sue them for that too. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Visit forthepeople.com for a free consultation or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. If someone does this to you, call the Bar Association and report them. Let's fight these bums. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. Like that morning status meeting, always better with bagels. And don't forget the coffee. Ops team working late? How about some Power Bowls to keep them going strong? Sandy's celebrating 10 years at the company. This calls for cupcakes. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, Skin Cancer Awareness this summertime, and we're joined by Dr. Aubriana McAvoy, a WashU medicine surgeon.
Skin cancer is both common, but in many cases preventable. So you don't need to live in fear of the sun, but small habits really matter, like wearing sunscreen, protecting your children, and paying attention to any changes in your skin.
For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
Taking care of your health shouldn't feel complicated. That's why we created NeoVitan to make nutrition easy. Our doctor-formulated vitamins are designed for real life and delivered straight to your door with our monthly subscription. No guesswork, no running out. Just clean, high-quality supplements manufactured in the USA using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Subscribe today at neovitan.com and take one simple step toward better daily nutrition. Visit neovitan.com and start making nutrition easy today.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Freedom 250. Join the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America July 1st through July 7th across St. Louis as we celebrate America's 250-year legacy with free concerts. No tickets required. Details at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org. Think buying a home is out of reach? Think again. Scott Credit Union has down payment options as low as zero money down. Your new home could be closer than you think. Visit scu.org today. Equal housing lender, NMLS 415767. Terms and conditions apply.
100 years, one legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service. Classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 124. I was thinking about It's been a longish time, especially to people like Andrew and Rachel's age, but I was a grown person when you didn't have a cell phone, you didn't have caller ID, the phone would ring at your house, you would pick it up, because what are you going to do, ignore it? And you just say, hello. And you had no idea who it was.
Yep.
We all did it.
Of course.
Never stressed about it.
Nope.
Absolutely.
But I also feel
Do we
like
have more dangers today? Like more unpleasantries to...
I think we have more.
We have more robocalls for sure.
Robocalls
Like
and scam
1,000
calls.
times more.
Yeah, I think the advancement of technology for convenience on our end also made it much more convenient on their end. You know what I mean? So now it's like there's just a way higher risk if you answer a random call that it's going to be like a spam call. What do you think, Rach?
Well, I thought we talked about this earlier in the week, too. For younger people, they're used to being able to plan out their responses. And, like, if you're sending a text or you're sending an email, you're sitting there typing and you can really craft kind of exactly what you want to say. So if you're used to communicating like that, communicating on the fly and communicating quickly is more difficult. We all just have more reps doing things like that because we grew up with the telephone situation. And there was, unless you were writing a letter, you didn't really craft what you were going to say. So that's part of it too, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We had to think. We had to just have real time conversations.
Yeah,
kind of like we're having now. We didn't.
Yeah,
Never
maybe
really thought about
we
it
might
like
have talked about this when you were gone on last Friday, Andrew, because I also brought up this is the generation that's really scared to answer the phone or do phone calls or have these on the fly communications. They've grown up seeing people get jumped all over for saying the wrong thing. That's often because they've typed it out or they've had a bad take, a pre-crafted bad take, but you could see being scared of, oh my gosh, if I'm having an on the fly conversation and I say something wrong, I'm not going to be able to recover from it, or it's immortalized forever online and I'm just never going to live it down. Whereas all of us got to live in a time where it's you just said it and it disappeared into
It was
nothing.
gone forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So true. Had a real St. Louis moment this morning.
What's that?
Had breakfast over at Chris's, my buddy Ed, who Andrew got to meet, so he can verify he's a real person.
He's real.
And I was walking back, and I'm coming down the sidewalk towards our door, and 3 steps in a row, crunch, 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 and I look down, and I'm stepping on chicken bones from KFC.
Oh, yum.
And then the yelly guy on the corner started screaming at me.
All right.
So I'm like, happy Friday.
All access with Ollie Marble on the Gas House Gang.
I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group. This group fits my personality to a T. I love what we're doing. I love how we're going about it. I love the honest conversations. I love the grit. And there's been certain times where I've caught myself where bases are loaded, our back's up against the wall, and I can't help but smile. I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group.
Ollie Marble, Tuesdays at noon on KMOX.
We are on the biggest stage in the world right now, and you know I am talking about soccer. The whole world is paying attention, and FanDuel has decided to change the game. And as you know, if you bet soccer, that sometimes your player gets subbed out, and then what happens? Your bet goes with them. Well, FanDuel says we have a better way to do it. That's not happening anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you are still in it until the final whistle. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started now. I've been telling you about this app for many, many months. I love using it. It's easy to use. All the information you need is right there. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for something new? Lombardo Homes is excited to introduce 2 brand new opportunities in St. Charles County. Discover Crooked Creek at Cottleville Trails, featuring stylish new townhomes from the high 300s and access to incredible amenities that make Cottleville Trails one of the area's most sought-after communities. Or find the space you've been dreaming of at South Point Estates, where expansive 3+ acre home sites and top-rated Wentzville schools create the perfect setting for your custom dream home. Visit lombardohomes.com to learn more about these exciting new communities.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Unsettled skies going through the afternoon with scattered showers and thunderstorms, 81 for the high, very humid. Then tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 70. Want to stress again, this is not a widespread severe weather outbreak, but there will be thunderstorms around. And if you get under some of these things, they'll produce heavy downpours of rain. Risk of some flash flooding and some strong gusty winds, though the strong gusty winds will be somewhat isolated. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny skies. Still a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms around, though the action is limited. 89 degrees last weekend of June. Sunday, sunny, hot, and very humid. Steam bath weather returning on Sunday with a high of 95. I'm going to take this at least through Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's 1:31. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 133. We have Bernie Miklasz coming up 1 hour from now. Alvin Reed. I love Alvin, but I love him even more because Alvin's my Friday guy.
Absolutely. I feel the same way about Janelle. I'm like, love Janelle.
Yeah.
But when she's here on Thursday, I'm like, it's almost Friday.
Yeah, if she's here on Tuesday, you'd be like, oh, hey, Janelle.
Like, oh, hey.
Then we have Mahey coming up. He was at the James Beard Awards last week when local chef from Balkan Treat Box won the James Beards. We'll talk to him about that. Oh, I forgot to bring this up yesterday. You guys probably don't know this, Andrew and Kevin. But sometimes I'll get bored in the office and I'll walk back to talk to you guys. But I usually stand at the door to see what you're talking about and judge whether I want to be a part of it or not.
That's a safe idea.
Yeah. There's lots of stupidity going on in
You
there.
run about 50%.
Yeah.
Sometime this week, I chose not to come in because it felt like Kevin was explaining to Andrew what an ice pack was.
No. An ice pack?
Yes.
I remember that. You don't remember this?
No. What were
What
we
was
talking
the day
about?
you had your lunch? Was it Tuesday that you had your lunchbox?
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. My frozen block of ice that's been with me now for about 10 years.
He had the little ice pack.
It's got a
baggie.
little like gel in there, and then it's, yeah.
And I was like,
that's what it was.
He was like,
were you not understanding what an ice pack was?
No, I was just being stupid.
Oh.
He was like, this is my ice pack. And I was like,
ex-
yeah, I love ice packs. I've been using ice packs since I was like
ironically
a kid.
explaining the dumbest thing of all time.
Okay.
And he was like,
I
when
made the right
it
choice.
melts, I don't have to throw it away.
See?
I put it in the freezer.
I've had this for 10 years.
It refreezes.
Yeah.
Use it again.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, bud.
I know. It was like a Step Brothers moment.
Did you know he was doing a bit?
I didn't know he was doing a bit. And you heard all that and still didn't choose to come in?
Yeah, no. I walked away pretty quick.
You love a juicy conversation like that.
Oh, you've missed all the taurine
You heard-
conversations the last 2 days.
The taurine ones have been pretty
What's
bad.
taurine?
So I'm drinking my powdered energy drink that I put in my little shaky cup and shake it up.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
What's the brand?
Brand is G Fuel. You can get
Andrew's a
big
G.
tubs of it
Gotta
for
fuel the G.
Unfortunately, I think the G stands for gamer. I think it's gamer fuel.
Okay.
It helps me focus in my reaction time so
Sure.
I can succeed in my online video games.
Yeah.
No, it's just zero sugar energy powder, and it's like it's about a dollar a scoop.
There you go.
And so it's a way better deal than just like drinking Red Bulls. And
Like a
then
pre-workout or
there's a
something.
million different flavors, so I like it. This is not a commercial for that. This is me trying to sell Kevin on trying some, which Kevin does not do energy drinks.
Nope.
Because no one has ever needed one less in the history of the world than Kevin, who is essentially a perpetual motion machine. Like if we could harness him, we could save lives.
Yeah.
If we could figure that
I am
out.
the answer to free energy for all.
And I was reading off all the things in there, and one of the things in it is taurine. And I mentioned to him, I was like, you know what? So much of my diet is taurine based. I drink so much. Everything I drink, like the Monster Zero Sugars and like this, all the energy drinks have taurine in them. And like, I have absolutely no clue what that is. Turns out it's an amino acid.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know what an amino acid is, then you know more than I do. 'Cause I didn't know what an amino acid was.
You know,
And
that's
he-
so true. That's so true. Like, if you said, what's an amino acid? I'd say, oh, it's one of the essential building blocks of life. And I would be right.
Yeah.
But if they said, no, but what is it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I know it's like a thing, and like I'm sure I did learn it at some point when I was in school 20 years ago, and I've just never needed to use that information since. Or I
Okay.
needed to and just chose not to.
I'm looking at the G Fuel website. They have a cherry green apple flavor that is very intriguing to me.
They got a million different flavors. I've only ever had one really bad one. There was like a strawberry limeade that was absolutely disgusting. This one's lemonade.
Said that like he was 10.
I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't shake
Yeah,
that.
like
It
that?
sounds- it
This
sounds
one's a
weird.
lemonade.
It's worse when you can see him doing it. Trust me.
I told him today. I walked in like from the back. He was shaking that. I thought he was doing a dance. Like.
I was going nuts on
And
it.
I started because he was holding it above his head. And
No, I was going
like he
nuts on it, 'cause
like he was a raver.
I
And
had
I'm
just
like,
put
what?
the-
Is he
I had-
dancing? And then
I
I'm
had-
like, no, it's a shaky thing.
Just filled it up and put the powder in, so I was like,
And as I walked in, I'm like, why is he dancing? I'm like, oh wait a minute, he's just mixing.
Yeah, he's got those shaker cups.
I was waiting to
that
start hearing
the gym rats use.
like he was at a rave.
Blender bottles. That's what I'm thinking of.
yeah, I do want people to think of me. I don't want to go to the gym, but I do want to be thought of as a gym person. I mean, that's the dream, right?
You should go to
All the
a
credit,
gym.
none of the work.
You should go to the gym, set up a camera, and then just shake that thing. Be like, you're in my shot.
Yeah, be like I'm clearly filming TikToks
Oh, this is my workout.
of just me shaking it.
You know how every bit of evidence keeps suggesting I'm mentally ill? I found a new one. Watching TikTok, and the doctor comes on. He's like, some subtle signs that you are, I forget what mental illness it was, but basically like highly functioning crazy, and said the number of times you sneeze. And I'm like, here we go. And if you sneeze once, you're very well regulated. Sneeze twice, you have a little more complicated nervous system. 3 or more means that you're hyper vigilant and on high alert all the time, and your sympathetic nervous system takes in more information than it should. And I'm like, how about when you sneeze 8 times on Highway 270? Like, what does that mean? So, yeah, once again,
I thought about this today.
Put that in my pocket.
Speaking of sneezes.
Yeah.
Since we're on the subject. I was sneezing this morning in the bathroom. 2. I usually am a 2 sneezer person. And I was thinking, sneezing never works. If sneezing, because like I'm a double sneezer. If it worked, then I wouldn't need to sneeze twice in a row.
Yeah.
Like why did we evolve that need to sneeze? It doesn't work, and I don't feel, because it's you're supposed to be getting stuff out of your nose, right? Well, nothing comes out of my nose; it just comes out of my mouth. I just go like, "Tah!" A bunch of spit goes flying wherever. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is what I was thinking about this morning.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where I was like, I need to talk about this. If this comes up.
Yeah, the stuff that's being sneezed out is like dust and things like that.
But I feel like nothing even comes out of the nose.
That's because it's really small.
I guess I've never thought of it in terms of like whether or not the sneeze worked. That's interesting. To me, it's just always been something that happens.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, sneezes are great.
They can feel nice.
I kind of like
You can tell they worked because you just felt a sneeze.
It'd be terrible if they hurt.
Oh, man.
yes.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, sometimes if you got like chest pain or whatever.
I have definitely given myself a back spasm with a sneeze.
Yeah, I've
That
been
sucks.
there. I also wrote down in my show sheet last night 3 words: I can write.
I can write.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You ever just have something like that?
Well, it is amazing that
It is.
we learn, first of all,
It
that
is.
we all agree on a language. And it's
Yes.
like, okay. And then as a little kid, you pick it up, you learn to speak, and then you learn the letters, you learn to write them, you learn to read them,
Rach gets it.
you learn to type eventually. It's
Yeah.
like, that's really, really cool.
And then I can take this implement, which, by the way, is the greatest pen I've ever had, and make markings on a piece of paper, hand it to you, and you get the message.
I'm like, I know what that means.
Yeah. I can write.
Pretty neat.
These guys don't get it.
And some people don't.
Yeah.
Like
true.
some people, you hand it to them and they go, I can't make heads or tails of this.
I also learned something really interesting last night that I had to look up because it didn't seem real, but it was a deal about astronomy and talking about time. Yes. And the term was Yotta years. YOTTA years. Like, if you're saying a lot of years, but you're trying to say it like you're a cutesy pie, like, oh, it's a Yotta years. And I looked it up, and it's a real term. And it's another term for a septillion, which is too long to even think about. But that's like a real astrophysicist say things like, how many Yotta years is it?
Yeah, it does sound like something like a little kid says to be cute. Like, we're not going to have dinner for yada years.
Exactly. Kev, can you tell me about J.D.
Thanks,
Vance
Andrew.
and Nixon?
Well, I'm just curious what you guys would make of this. Did you see it? Did you see the video of this?
I did.
So Vance he said word for word that if it happened today, Watergate would be a 12-hour news story, which is, in a way, what he's trying to do, it sounds like, is polish Nixon's legacy.
Very much so.
Make it seem like it really wasn't that big of a deal, and today would be a 12-hour news story. I'm not sure about the 12-hour thing, but I do agree with him that it would be a lot less because everything is a lot less now. And I think that's terrible. I think it's terrible.
But the point he's making isn't great for him.
No, it's not good for him. It's not good for Nixon. It's not good for anybody. All it really is showing how we've lowered our standards as to what matters. Right?
Yeah.
Like, our standard for what gets you in trouble is so wildly different than it used to be. And I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think powerful people should be getting more leash. You should be getting less leash. We should be like, no. Rein that in. No lying. No spying. None of it. Why would you make the argument that that was no big deal?
It's not an apples for apples comparison, but it reminds me of when Megyn Kelly was talking about Epstein and said, well, he wasn't a pedophile. The girls were 14. Maybe don't make that distinction.
No.
I felt the same way about Vance.
Yeah. Like, what are you saying to us?
Yeah.
That you think that behavior should be okay and not disqualifying?
Yeah, I took it as
spying on your political opponents should be okay?
Americans in general and the media in particular overreact to everything.
Well, that's true.
And make a mountain out of a molehill. And if Watergate happened today, they, blah, blah, blah. So,
see, he's not, in one sense, he's right. Because we get something new every day now. Right? It wasn't like that in the 1970s. We didn't have a new scandal, a new crazy ass
believe it or
thing
not,
every
that's
day.
true.
So when something happened, it was treated like the big deal that it is. But the modern strategy from people in positions of power is just keep throwing flack in the air because you won't be able to keep track of all of it.
Yeah.
And there's no more fear of being caught in something like what Nixon did. That should be career ending. That should be, you're done. Goodbye.
Yeah, he's like, we basically do 2 Watergates per day now.
You broke the law.
Yes. Yeah, that's the way I took it.
Yeah.
People from back then just need to
Worse
chill
than that,
out.
did you see his interaction with his wife?
No.
Where he patted her on the knee and said, nice to see you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Those two, I like to think they just don't know how to act in front of the camera.
But
it was awkward.
I'm calling it right now. Vance will not be the guy in 28. He is too mannequin-ish. He's very much like Hillary Clinton. He always appears to be working so hard to appear human.
Yes. Well, it's because he's an entirely fabricated person in the political world.
What did he do at the sandwich shop? Do you guys remember this?
No, this one I don't know.
There was
During
something,
the campaign,
yeah, there was something weird.
real weird.
Yeah.
I'll think of it on the break.
Get ready for laughs and adventure with Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance. Join Opera Theater of St. Louis from May 23rd to June 27th for a high-energy tale of romance, comedy, and clever mischief. Follow a young pirate as he leaves the ship behind for crazy hijinks on land as he searches for true love. It's a wild ride for the whole family, full of fun, duty, and destiny. Tickets start at just $25. For tickets and more information, visit experienceopera.org.
We often hear the words retirement and annuity used in the same sentence, but it's important to know that not all annuities are the same. If you're not sure, it may be time for an annuity x-ray. Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group can review your annuity. Call Steve at 636-230-8824 and at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Punches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Are moles tearing up your yard? Don't let these lawn invaders turn your beautiful property into a mess. Rottler Pest Solutions offers professional mole control services to protect your lawn from damage. Visit Rottler.com today to schedule your free inspection.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Amendment 4 on the August ballot hides some ugly facts. It would create a new minority veto power, but only for ballot issues that are citizen-led.
I just say no to that.
Amendment 4 permanently ends majority rule for citizen-led ballot issues.
I'm a no on 4.
Politicians put Amendment 4 on the ballot to severely limit citizens' constitutional power.
I say no on 4.
4 is a power grab by politicians. It lets one congressional district veto reforms backed by the majority of voters statewide. giving as few as 5% of voters control over the rest of us.
That's why I say no to 4.
4 would make it nearly impossible to rein in out-of-control politicians.
I say heck no.
4 takes away our constitutional power we've used for over 100 years to pass reforms that politicians wouldn't. Keep majority rule and your power. Just say no to Amendment 4. It's an ugly politician power grab. Paid for by Missourians for Fair Governance.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
$150 DGS. Happy Friday. Rach, what's the Snapchat story?
Oh, this is so disgusting. So Snapchat is currently being sued because there was a 12-year-old girl who was sexually assaulted by a 25-year-old man that she met on Snapchat. And when you look at what happened, at the age of 11, she signed up for Snapchat without her parents knowing. She lied and said, I'm 13. But she couldn't, in court, she couldn't remember the exact birth date she entered. But she admits, I lied about my age to get on Snapchat. But let's presume she's 13 and not 11.
Yeah.
Still kind of crazy that a 13-year-old child would be allowed to sign up for an application that, just in case you've never used Snapchat before, it's a photo and video messaging app where the photos and videos disappear. You view them and they disappear. The only reason to have something like that for children, I can't think of a scenario where it's a good idea for kids to be sending even just each other photos and it goes away, but especially corresponding with adults. Snapchat suggested her and a couple of her middle school friends to a 25-year-old Snapchat user, hey, find my friends. Here are some new friends you can add. So he went in, he added her friends. He starts sending the girl unsolicited nude photos. And the girl said, I didn't want these photographs, but they said Snapchat's product design made it impossible for her to avoid such explicit content. Now, I think she probably could have blocked him, but again, we're talking about an 11-year-old child. Maybe she didn't understand how to block. So this 25-year-old man who claimed that he was a 17-year-old local high school boy is grooming her over the course of months, eventually convinces her to meet up with him in person, and rapes her. Wow. And she is currently dealing with PTSD, anxiety, depression. And the lawsuit is claiming that Snapchat knew that this predator had multiple accounts, including the one he used to lure these teenage girls. The plaintiffs are seeking damages, and they're asking the court to compel Snapchat to stop practices that harm children. To me, stopping practices to harm, I don't know that it should be a app that is geared toward children ever, but it is. That's
it should
the
be
app
18
kids
plus.
Use. It should.
It should be adults only because people the pictures. Even if you're not doing anything, sexual or offensive in that way, even if it's just stupid things,
you should be able to check and see what your kids are doing.
It's actually not disappearing though, because anybody that sees it can take a screenshot.
Right.
This idea that, it disappears. So if you did something crazy, only they're going to laugh and it's gone. No. People can click and save. They can screenshot. And I don't know why that. If you're a grown person, you make the decision to do that. Great. But it should be for 18 plus.
So New Mexico also sued Snapchat in 2024. And the state of New Mexico says that Snapchat's design fosters sextortion, sexual abuse, and unwanted contact from adults to minors. And according to that lawsuit, Snap was aware but failed to warn parents and young users and the general public that this was rampant and an incredibly concerning issue. Long story short, they claim Snapchat just wants to make money, just wants to get as much users on the platform as possible. There's no thought being given to protecting the minors who they actually want to use their service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all they care about is constant engagement.
And that's something that it's so important for parents to realize this, because I think these technologies popped up and it's like, oh yeah, have fun talking to your friends on the app, sweetie. And it just never enters into a lot of people's mind that this kind of thing would be possible, because how could it be possible? How could these companies get away with this sort of thing for so long? But they have. And in some cases, the more harm they do to your child, the more engagement they're getting. So they're actually pressing forward with it. That's what Meta has been accused of in many cases. So it's just really, really important to understand that these tech companies have no actual interest in protecting your children. It's only after they've been sued a couple times that they go like, oh, yeah, we better think of a couple protections here.
I'm going to use a word that drives people crazy, which is normal, but it's the only word I got. Is it just true that it's never been more difficult for a kid to have a normal childhood than now? With
I think they're just exposed.
AI, chatbots, and people like this. And
the children are just exposed to things that we never had to deal with.
Right.
I remember when I was younger, I never had access to the family computer to this extent, but I had friends who would get on AOL Instant Messenger, and they'd be like, yeah, he's talking to this guy, and it would get weird.
Yeah.
But that was just kind of like a drop in the bucket as far as what kids are dealing with these days.
Tell you guys about Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage, and I have some new information. I've been telling you guys that in addition to giving you the best terms that anyone in St. Louis does, because he's the only mortgage guy out there who pays your fees. That's why it's called the Bagel Loan, because a bagel looks like a zero. You pay zero fees. It's been very good for Stewie, very bad for the mortgage people because they just cannot bring themselves to give up that money, which Stewie does, so that you can put more in your pocket. He's also offering you for a limited time that if you originate a new 30-year mortgage, that you're going to pay 1% less for the first year than you normally would. That's going to end at the end of this month. So the June 30th, I believe, last day of the month, that is when it ends. I don't think you're going to have to, get it done by then. Just, make a contact with Stewie, which, by the way, he can get a loan closed in as little as 10 days. So if you're in the market, definitely give him a call or text him. Here's his cell phone, 314-324-4440, to say, hey, man, listen to DGS, told me about the 1% thing. Not sure when I'm ready to do it. Want to get, on the list. 314-324-4440, NMLS 226715.
In 1991, John and Cindy Morelli started Morelli Tuck Pointing. As of today, they've won just about every award possible for the tuck pointing business. The BBB Torch Award, the Next Door Neighborhood Fave Award, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For homeowners, this is a great time to get a free inspection of your basement, your brick or stone fireplace, your garage interior, your porch, and maybe even your walkway. Indoor tuck pointing can be started now. Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. My wife Beth and I have used Morelli Tuck Pointing to work on 2 of our homes now over the last 25 years. We have found the Morelli bids to be fair, their crews are very polite, and they clean up after themselves. But most importantly, their work is beautiful. Family owned and operated since 1991. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
All right, guys, the United States is really the center of the soccer world right now. And with FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX, they're helping change the game the way we get to play it too, right? We're not out there on the pitch. We're not out there deciding the outcomes of games. But we are playing along at home, especially on FanDuel Sportsbook. Well, on the biggest stage, sometimes you can also take a hit when your player gets subbed off. Because normally, right, your player gets subbed off in a match, and your bet goes out of the game with them. Well, not anymore. That's because FanDuel's introduced FanDuel Super Sub. So if your player subbed out, your bet stays in. So you say you got a prop on Messi. And you get something along those lines going on. He comes out for an injury, whatever. Well, whoever takes his place, that's now your player. So if your player leaves, your bet continues with the substitute that takes their spot. So you're in it till the final whistle. All you need to do to be a part of it and to sign up is go to FanDuel.com/Missouri and let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Just remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we have clouds, 77 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina. Our top story, MoDOT reporting 44 in both directions between the Stamusiel and Poplar Street bridges will reopen this afternoon. Now, the 70 express lanes, several ramps, as well as Broadway and Biddle will remain closed. That should be happening pretty soon where they open up both spans of 44. But the St. Louis City Streets Department tells KMOX a water main break has now led to another big sinkhole. This time, it's on the riverfront at the Arch. That's where we find our Jade Aubrey.
It seems to be about 7 to 8 feet long, 5 feet wide, and I can't tell the depth because it's completely flooded. However, the water in the sinkhole and the water and the river, they're kind of flowing into each other, but they're very different colors. The water in the sinkhole is kind of a bright bluish green, maybe an aquamarine color, whereas the water from the river is a brown, muddy, murky color. And you can tell exactly where the water from the river and the water from the sinkhole begin and end because of that color difference, although they're kind of bleeding into each other at this point.
Now, we have video and pictures that are posted on social media. Accident reconstruction crews investigating another hit and run that left a man dead. This happened before 3 this morning at North Broadway and John Avenue. Prior to being hit by a Ford Mustang that left the scene, the male victim collapsed in the road, but it's not known why. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. Detectives are investigating the leaving the scene part of the accident. St. Louis City Police now say that they have arrested a man for selling fireworks out of his home.
Detectives recovered more than 3,000 pounds of fireworks, most of these being commercial grade from this home. The fireworks were stacked ceiling to floor.
St. Louis City Police spokesman Mitch McCoy, he says some of these fireworks were commercial grade and homemade.
Detectives also located what appear to be homemade fireworks, which are being tested by bomb and arson detectives to determine if they qualify as explosive weapons.
38-year-old Sarari Watson is being charged with a misdemeanor count of distributing fireworks and a count of tampering with a service of utility for illegally wiring his home directly to the grid. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The Midwest could be trapped under a heat dome as we head toward the 4th of July. AccuWeather forecasters say St. Louis may rack up 8 straight days with highs at or above 90 degrees. Actual temperatures in some metro areas in the middle of the nation could approach triple digits over the next week. In the meantime, out of an abundance of caution, the participants, both human and equine, Fairmount Park Casino and Racing now saying they're moving the post time to 11:30 on Tuesday, June 30th, due to the forecasted extreme temperatures. Racing will resume as normal, they say, on Saturday, July the 4th. From the KMOX Business Desk, prices are going up more than $100 on Apple's new iPad and MacBook. The MacBook Pro now starts at $2,000, Apple blaming a shortage on AI chips. We get more from ABC's Elizabeth Schulz.
Computer chips are in pretty much every device we use every day. Think TVs, speakers, smartwatches, appliances, even cars. So far, iPhone prices are not going up, but one analyst tells me that if this shortage of components does not improve, this is really just the tip of the iceberg for other price hikes later this year.
Let's check up the Dow from Stifel at this hour. It is down 84 points to 51,836. We get a check of traffic. Right now, once again, MoDOT reporting they will be opening up soon. Both directions of 44 right around the sinkhole. That's between the Stan Musial and Poplar Street bridges. We don't have an exact time on that as yet, but it should be happening pretty soon. Right now, there's still some significant delays. And due to construction, watch out for southbound 170 drivers around Ladue and the Forest Park Parkway. You have a slowdown there as well. Dave Murray has our forecast.
Unsettled skies going through the afternoon with scattered showers and thunderstorms, 81 for the high, very humid. Then tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 70. Want to stress again, this is not a widespread severe weather outbreak, but there will be thunderstorms around. And if you get under some of these things, they'll produce heavy downpours of rain, risk of some flash flooding, and some strong gusty winds. Though the strong gusty winds will be somewhat isolated. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny skies. Still a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms around, though the action is limited. 89 degrees last weekend of June. Sunday, sunny, hot, and very humid. Steam bath weather returning on Sunday with a high of 95. I'm going to take this at least through Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
The flash flood watch continues until 7 o'clock tonight for most parts, but it's been extended until 10 for Washington, Madison, and Jefferson counties in Missouri and Bond County in Illinois. 78 in St. Peters, 77 in Florissant, 77 downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Kina, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS and KMOX. A few minutes past 2 p.m. Linda Ronstadt. Man, she was great. So good.
Now, is she the one who, lost her voice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
How sad. Is she still with us?
Yeah, I think so. I hate that I don't know, but I think she is. I think I would have clocked it if she passed away.
Oh, yeah, she's still around. She is 79 years old, and her birthday, July 15th.
Oh, speaking of birthdays, we have a birthday today. Michael S. Kelly.
What?
Oh, he has the same birthday as my mom. Happy birthday,
MSK.
Michael.
And Rachel's mom.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Rachel's mom.
Should we go back to the time where we just referred to all of our friends' moms as Dave's mom, Rachel's mom, as opposed to their names?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Like it's John's mom.
We had to do the Mr.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do that we kind of did a little bit like talking to them.
Yeah.
You're like Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
But about them? Nah, we were.
Man, a couple months ago, one of my friend's fathers commented on the stream, and I said his first name, not fully clocking what was going on. And then I had to text her later. I'm like, I felt so disrespectful because I always called him Mr. my whole life, and I would in person still.
Yeah. Kev, tell me about the drones they're using out west.
Yeah, so I saw this story yesterday. I think this is really interesting. I saw the story yesterday that the police department in O'Fallon, Missouri is one of the first in Missouri, maybe one of the first in the country, but definitely one of the first, if not the first in Missouri, to use a drone as a first responder. So whenever they get a report of something, car accident, maybe just some kind of incident, they send a drone, and it gets there so much faster than a car could.
Yeah.
So they have eyes on whatever the scene is, and the way the spokesman put it was sometimes in less than a minute, they have eyes on the scene. So you could have a visual of an accident on the highway or a visual of some fight happening. So whatever it happens to be, and I find that to be such an interesting, fascinating thing. and something that you would think would be a pretty good idea in a bigger city like St. Louis too. And I know it's like early, right? These things are just being rolled out. I don't know that I would call this a test case, but it's certainly an early deployment. They're one of the first to do it. And I feel like that's a pretty smart way to use technology. It can eliminate, in a lot of cases, long car chases because you can kind of follow from above at a distance and not really set off alarms, and then maybe do a better job of it not continuing, but also can convey the urgency of a situation too, right?
Sure.
So if that drone can be there in a minute or two where it might take a police officer who's on the other side of town because you have to drive through roads instead of the sky.
Yeah.
That if it cuts that time to the point where you know what's going on and you maybe have a little more information when you're getting there, I feel like this is a simple, I'm sure it's expensive, but it seems like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, they're also using them evidently to combat school shootings. That they have drones there that can go to the spot where they think the shooter is.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And I don't think they're like armed or anything like RoboCop, but they can say, yes, the shooter is in the cafeteria.
Right. And I think that that seems like a really natural. Now, I can also see the dystopian side of it too.
Sure.
Where down the road, either it's misused or down the road it is armed. Yeah. That may be a step too far, but as it is now, just eyes on scene seems like a great idea.
Yeah. Want to hear a crazy story?
Yes.
Warning, got a little adult themes to it, although it's a police story right out of the police blotter. A woman tried to smuggle an unopened bottle of wine into jail in the old hoo-ha.
Like one of those little, I hope it's one of those little ones. No.
12-inch full bottle of, hold on, I can tell you exactly what it was. A full bottle of Cupcake Vineyards Pinot Grigio.
That's not even a good one, man. Come on.
I didn't expect that
You're going to go through all that trouble, at least get a good bottle of wine.
And like the people drinking it too, it's like,
Tastes funny.
What in the world?
Yeah. Said that she was arrested for trespassing at a CVS. Yep. The cops cuffed her, patted her down for weapons, and told her to get into the squad car, but she paused and said that she couldn't. Mm-hmm. The cops said, well, you don't have a choice. So she slowly and awkwardly maneuvered her way into the back seat. The cops noted her struggling to move, and they had her checked by a corrections officer at the jail. And yes, there was a full unopened, I guess she was going to open it with her butt, 12-inch, 2.5-pound bottle of Pinot Grigio.
We all have different priorities in life, I guess.
What?
It's not that much wine for all that trouble.
That's a nice take, too.
How many glasses is it a standard bottle? Is it
like
four?
Four, yeah. It's not that much.
Well, yeah, and wouldn't you want to bring something like a higher proof of alcohol? Like, are you really like, I'm enjoying...
I love that's where your head is.
I'm just saying to
you
make
are so
it worth
focused
it.
on the alcohol.
Are you going to like,
if it were Johnny Walker Blue, I mean...
You're going to put your feet up and sip on a
Yeah, especially the
dessert
cupcake
wine?
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
Like, no.
If you put your feet up, it'll shoot out. Is there anything you would do this with?
No.
To get something into anything?
No, but I would understand it more if there was like more bang for your buck, so to speak. Like if you could bring like absinthe in or something, and then you're selling it to the other inmates, it's like, okay, there's probably a return on investment there. The Cupcake Pinot Grigio, pass.
You are offending Jacob. I think he's in the business, and he says, that's a fine wine. We sell it. Now you have a new approach, Jacob.
Fine wine.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the best idea is just don't do that.
The senior living community in Tennessee hosted an event this past weekend where residents at the senior living took part in a giant slip and slide day. Said everyone had a great time.
That sounds really dangerous.
Yeah, 12 people died. But that's, I mean, like, you're an old folks' home and...
Yeah, but the whole... Are you supposed to avoid slipping and falling when you're old?
I wonder if they have a modified way of doing it.
Oh, I bet they do.
Like sit and somebody pushes you or something as opposed to
I hope
like
it's like that.
running and sliding.
Mm-hmm.
Slip and slides are great though. I would totally do that this weekend if I had one.
This may be for me since I have gotten a hold of my laxative addiction. Shoppers say the viral fiber-filled gummy worms from Trader Joe's really makes you poop.
Huh.
And they smell like cake.
They smell like cake.
Not the poop, the worms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. You said they're sugar-free.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that with a lot of sugar-free gummies. There's
That
something about
happens?
them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a move. It started in Massachusetts where they want to make it a law that bars have to monitor your alcohol consumption and limit you to one drink every 30 minutes. And they're suggesting that they do it in a clever way where they put like a little modified egg timer at your table or in front of you at the bar. And every time they serve you a drink, they hit it and it starts anew. And you can't have another one until it goes off.
I feel like bartenders have enough going on that now they have to babysit you. Like they already know to or are encouraged to cut you off if you're being sloppy and stupid. But the idea that like, no, 30 minutes. What does your timer say? Like, that seems like an undue
Putting you
burden
in
to put
timeout.
on the bartender.
And it's half off Cupcake Pinot Grigio. So
what do you know?
Well, where did it come from?
Yeah, how did you get it here?
Don't ask.
Turns out we've been saying Adidas wrong all these decades.
Is it Adidas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you know that?
I've heard people in like other countries pronounce it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Run DMC pronunciation.
Which is?
Adidas. My Adidas.
Didn't know that.
It's a great song.
Tallest cliff on Earth is 4,100-foot drop straight down on Mount Thor in northern Canada.
First of all, Mount Thor.
It's a little on the nose.
That's kind of great, man. I want to be there.
Americans are drinking less orange juice now than at any other time in the past, but we still drink way more than any other country in the world.
I like orange juice.
Yeah.
What
Well,
do you
it's
guys
way
like?
less because it's way more expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought orange juice was like way up or something like that.
It is.
Do you guys like pulp? No pulp?
Nope.
Some pulp?
Keep that crap out of there. I don't want to drink.
No pulp at all.
I don't want to drink any solid stuff. Drinks are for liquid only. That's why I don't want any of those bugs in my drinks either.
Bugs?
Yeah, the boba bubble.
Oh, yeah.
boogers.
What about ice?
Yep, that's fine. It melts.
52% of people say that they do not rinse off before getting in a public pool. Like take a shower.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I went swimming, I guess I didn't rinse off beforehand, but I had taken a shower like a couple hours earlier.
What kind of magoo takes a shower right before you get in the pool?
Well, and they didn't have showers there to do that.
Is there anything grosser in the world than a public pool shower? There's always a Band-Aid in it. Right? Just like terrible. Terrible.
Always a Band-Aid.
Sure is.
You're right. That's why it's funny.
There's nothing worse. Well, I guess the Cupcake Pinot Grigio would be worse.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
All right, 2:17, going to take a quick break. Be right back. Happy Friday, DGS.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Just talking about seniors taking rides on slip and slides. Not sure if we do that at Bethesda, but we certainly have just a myriad of options if you are my age, maybe a few years older, and you are perfectly capable of taking care of yourself. Like my mom, with a little bit of help, was able to stay in the home she and my dad built back in the 40s until she was 96. Good for you. But if you get to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm tired of the housework, I'm tired of the yard, I'm tired of worrying if my furnace is going to blow up and take the money out of my savings. We have 7 beautiful apartment buildings all over town. One of them, the Barclay House, is in Clayton, directly across the street from Shaw Park, with just breathtaking views. We have assisted living communities. We have apartments. We have buildings. We have skilled nursing care like my mom had at Bethesda Dilworth. We have hospice, and we have memory care. So really the entire spectrum of aging, we have it covered. And they're offering something which I think is very nice. And you're going to say, wow, it's just a marketing ploy. Well, of course, we hope you pick Bethesda. But if not, at least you'll make an informed decision. You can go to BethesdaHealth.org, click on the Contact Us button, put in your information, and just make a little note from the DGS. You'd like to talk to Michelle. Michelle has been at Bethesda for 31 years. She's just a wonderful person, heart of gold, and she can answer any question you have about anything related to aging and where you're going to live. That's BethesdaHealth.org.
Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight, brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Brazil comes in hungry after years without a title, led by a dynamic young striker and supported by a technically gifted midfield. Their blend of flair, pace, and tactical versatility makes them one of the most dangerous sides in the tournament.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
This summer, your passport isn't required. Welcome to Summer in Tokyo at P.F. Chang's. Inspired by the color and energy of Tokyo's vibrant sushi scene, these limited-time creations bring bold flavors in every bite. Discover new sushi rolls, steak tataki, and lobster and prawn fried rice inspired by one of the world's most exciting food destinations. Cruise through Tokyo, one roll at a time aboard our sushi boat, with wave after sushi wave of unforgettable taste. Summer in Tokyo at P.F. Chang's. Your journey to Tokyo starts here.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Looking for something new? Lombardo Homes is excited to introduce 2 brand new opportunities in St. Charles County. Discover Crooked Creek at Cottleville Trails, featuring stylish new townhomes from the high 300s and access to incredible amenities that make Cottleville Trails one of the area's most sought-after communities. Or find the space you've been dreaming of at South Point Estates, where expansive 3+ acre home sites and top-rated Wentzville schools create the perfect setting for your custom dream home. Visit LombardoHomes.com to learn more about these exciting new communities.
Upgrade your summer ride with auto loan rates as low as 3.99% APR at Scott Credit Union. New or used, Scott Credit Union helps you love your ride and your rate. Learn more at scu.org. Rates vary, terms and conditions apply. Freedom 250. Join the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America July 1st through July 7th across St. Louis as we celebrate America's 250-year legacy with free concerts. No tickets required. Details at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Horse poop.
Welcome back, DGS 223. Bernie Miklasz coming up at 2:30. Talking about some Cardinals baseball. Man, I hope they get the game in tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge.
Should be kind of sketchy.
But at least in this case, you've got 2 more days to make up the game, unlike Arizona. Now they have to come back on July 23rd.
So
They're so happy about that.
Yeah, they were really happy about that.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Their closer, Paul Sewald, ripped the Cardinals after the game.
Yeah.
Said, hey, thanks, by the way, for making us have to come back here in July. And he was a little more than that. Like, whatever, bro.
So what's the deal with that? Was he right? Was he wrong?
We don't know, because the call for changing the time of a game is a combination of the home team and Major League Baseball. So what we don't know, and probably will never know, is who was the driving force behind not wanting to change it.
Yeah.
It could be that the Cardinals didn't want to change it. I mean, for a whole bunch of reasons. I mean, they could be, hey, one of the things is, like, Arizona is famous for not scheduling day games on getaway games on their home field. So in other words, most teams like the last game of a series to be a day game because it gives them more time to travel and have it. And so that's kind of a big deal to players all across the sport. Well, Arizona doesn't really do that unless they're also traveling that day. So if their opponent's traveling, well, they're still going to play a night game and they don't care. Well, all of a sudden now they don't get what they want and they're going to complain about it. Seems interesting.
Do they do that because it's hot?
Probably, but they also have a roof, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, they have a roof. But maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. But yes, I'm sure it's because of the heat or, just whatever. But understanding it, there can also be gamesmanship in these things, right? So if you wanted to look at it from the more conspiratorial side of it, well, the Cards bullpen's been worn out. This gives every starter an extra day's rest. You know that you're in a tough spot right now with pitching because of those things. In a month, you might be better. You could also be in the same bad position. And now the Cardinals, like, this isn't a break for the Cards because they now have to play 20 consecutive days after the All-Star break. So they are also being taxed by pushing this off. So it's not like a perfect thing. You can squint and be like, well, their pitching's in a bad spot right now. Okay, you could squint and see that, but they're also making a difficult thing for themselves later on, too.
Yeah.
Nobody likes losing off days later in the season.
So if the game is rained out tonight, are we likely to have a doubleheader tomorrow?
I would think they would try to do it tomorrow because Sunday's going to be like 97. So I would think that if tonight's rained out, I can't imagine that those two teams would want to play a doubleheader on a hot day, on a getaway day.
Yeah.
So I would assume it would be a doubleheader tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be, I don't know exactly, like, I know we'll find out from Dave in an hour. I don't know exactly what the expectation is tonight, but I know rain's possible everywhere.
Yeah. You know what I thought last night? I don't think I have ever in my life fallen asleep anywhere but my bed. You know how some people can just like on a plane, on a train, take a quick cat nap.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done it.
I'm like Cat in the Hat when it comes to places you've fallen asleep. On a plane, on a couch, on a chair, on the floor.
Of course.
I remember that book. You sleep in like hotels.
It's a cat in the nap.
Yeah.
But that's a bed.
That's what I mean. Like,
okay.
I'm not. Yeah. I just mean that I just don't have the capacity to like. I'm going to get 10 minutes here.
I'm not a big fan of the 10-minute thing, but.
What about when you were a kid? Did you ever fall asleep in the car?
Probably, but even that I don't have like any real memories of. I've just always been so.
So if you're on a road trip now and you're not driving, you won't be able to sleep?
No.
Oh, man, I feel bad for that.
No.
That sucks.
And my dad, genetically and from being in World War II, could literally close his eyes and fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom made coffee nervous. And guess who I took after?
Before YouTube DIY videos, before skip ad, before don't forget to like and subscribe, there was KMOX. And this Saturday, we're still at your service. At 8, the Garden Hotline with Michelle Reeser-West, sponsored by Chesterfield Valley Nursery. At 11, the Home Improvement Show with Rich Orris, sponsored by Mosby Building Arts. So, skip the videos and get it done right. KMOX is at your service, starting Saturday at 8.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, Skin Cancer Awareness this summertime, and we're joined by Dr. Aubriana McAvoy, a WashU medicine surgeon.
So I think most importantly, don't ignore a spot that's changing because early detection can save lives, and a quick skin check today could prevent a much bigger problem down the road.
Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
All right, guys, we are the center of the soccer world right now in the United States. And, of course, you can figure out why. And on FanDuel Sportsbook, which is the official sportsbook of KMOX and of Kevin Wheeler, they're changing the game. I mean, it's just that simple. You know, we all get in on the action. We all like to have fun with the biggest stuff in the world of sports. And right now in the world, there's nothing bigger than what's happening on the pitch here in the U.S. And, look, sometimes in soccer, your player gets subbed off. Maybe it's an injury, could be heat related, could be just strategy. We need a different skill set late in the game. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore because FanDuel Super Sub allows you to stay in the match even if your player is subbed out. So if your player leaves, your bet continues with the substitute. So the player that steps into their spot is now basically taking on the bet for you. So if you've got action on a player, it stays in the match until the very end with FanDuel Super Sub. So you're in it until the final whistle. To find out more, to take part, to sign up if you're not already signed up, just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri. Really easy to get things going there. And then let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Always remember you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Unsettled skies going through the afternoon with scattered showers and thunderstorms, 81 for the high, very humid. Then tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 70. Want to stress again, this is not a widespread severe weather outbreak, but there will be thunderstorms around. And if you get under some of these things, they'll produce heavy downpours of rain. Risk of some flash flooding and some strong gusty winds, though the strong gusty winds will be somewhat isolated. The weekend, Saturday, partly sunny skies. Still a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms around, though the action is limited. 89 degrees last weekend of June. Sunday, sunny, hot, and very humid. Steam bath weather returning on Sunday with a high of 95. I'm going to take this at least through Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Today, the Cards, the Marlins.
Ameren Total Access 620. First pitch 7:15.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX. Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. 2:33. Time to check in with our pal Bernie Miklasz. Hey, Bern.
Hello, Pally. How's everything on this Friday?
Good. How's everything with you?
Good. Just grinding away, getting another column done and listening to some music in my office. And I'm always in a good mood on Friday.
Springsteen?
No, actually, I've been mixing it up a little bit. Going into the past a little, listening to some Death Cab for Cutie.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Got a particular album you're listening to?
I'm listening to Plans right now.
That's a good one. That's a good
It
one.
is. It's great.
Bernie,
So,
I think we need to recruit Dave and Rach and Andrew for Turnstile in October.
Man, I'm trying to find a reason not to go. But I'll reveal this publicly. I was so excited by seeing they were coming here, and but then I started thinking, well, you're 67 years old, you weigh way too much. You need to be able to move around. You don't want to go there and just be kind of like a big blob. So get your ass working on losing weight and walking and getting in shape, and then go see Turnstile.
There you go.
Hey,
how about that? Is that the spirit or what?
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized venue. It's going to be at the Grizzlies ballpark across the river.
Oh,
so
cool.
maybe we can get a box or something. We can all just go hang out.
We know
Yeah,
people.
let's go for it. Steve Moore will pay for that.
Yeah. I'll let him know that he's paying.
Yeah, so
He can come too. I mean, he could join us.
Oh, Steve's coming.
No, I listen to them constantly. I mean, and I'm getting in their back catalog, and yeah, and I can't lie either. The fact that there's like some pretty big Baltimore roots there appeals to me, but that's not the reason why I love their music. That's just an extra thing. Yeah, they're great.
I want to ask you guys. I don't take in nearly as much national media as the two of you do, so I could just be talking out of my butt here. But it seems like Jordan Walker doesn't get the national love that he deserves.
I don't know how to answer that. I think the All-Star voting, it's really easy to use that, which is a really imperfect, really flawed process, but it always has been. So I don't get too worked up about it.
Right.
Because it belongs to the fans, and if fans, collectively speaking, want to make bad decisions, they've been given the right, and that's okay. It's their game. The All-Star game is their game, and really good players are going to find their way onto the squad anyway. But I am surprised that he slipped so far through the cracks in the voting. I mean, I don't know how, given the season that he was having, where he's on the cusp of being on that list of finalists, so to speak. He didn't have to move up that far.
Right.
Or he did, but he could have done it. But then all of a sudden he drops a few more places. I didn't get that. So I don't know if it's because, fans in other places are stuffing the ballot box, so to speak, for their guys. I don't know. I know the Cardinals have had some small crowds, and I know that voting's not done at the stadium. But when you're at the stadium, you're more aware of the necessity to vote and things like that. I don't know whether the Cardinals' attendance is at least some factor in this, because there's no groundswell. I don't know how to analyze it. I don't.
Do you guys like the fan voting for the All-Star game?
I'm okay with it. I mean, because I would be a hypocrite. As a guy growing up when they first put the fan vote in, I was excited. I loved it. I voted every year. I didn't always vote for the right guy. I was biased and all that. So I'd be a dang hypocrite to kind of take shots at fans for the way they vote now.
Yeah, I wouldn't take shots. I think the way you said it, Bernie, was correct. It's a game for the fans.
Right.
What I don't really like, I understand that the modern time is about, voting on your phone and the tech and all that, but that to me skews it way more in favor of the big markets. Because it used to be a team like St. Louis or whatever, if you had strong attendance and a lot of the voting was happening in the ballpark, you would have a little bit more of a fair shot. It was about who was coming to the ballpark, like the active fans. But now it just favors anybody. Look, as an example, the guy that got the most votes in the American League, Dave, is a guy named Ernie Clement. Have you ever heard of Ernie Clement?
Heard the name, but I don't know him.
I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a phenomenal defensive player. He plays shortstop for the Blue Jays. Very popular, but Toronto's huge. He got the most votes, more than all of the other stars in the American League, because Toronto fans were super active, and it's a really big city. And it's always been the flaw that way, though. Like, it's always been somewhat slanted toward bigger markets.
Yeah.
So,
do you hear national guys talking about Jordan Walker much?
I think he's gotten some buzz. But I think in general, and maybe I'm being a homer, I think in general, the Cardinals haven't gotten enough attention. And I think that probably just also impacted Walker, because I bring this up a lot. I see, for example, the fact that The Athletic does not have a beat writer covering the Cardinals, who are a big story in Major League Baseball. But then I think, are they really a story that big outside of St. Louis? Because I see people kind of patting them on the head. I'm talking about national media, but they don't really get into this thing. Well, geez, this is a story. How are they doing this? And giving it a lot of attention. It's like, I better say something about the Cardinals type of thing, but their heart's not in it. The Athletic doesn't have a beat writer. MLB.com removed their beat writer, and they're filling in with some people that are friends of mine and who are doing a good job. But the fact is, they took their full-time beat writer off the Cardinals. Yet I see smaller markets that don't draw fans, they still have beat writers assigned to them. I don't get it. I also see, as Wheels does, national writers who say things about the Cardinals, like, well, this is what they need at the trade deadline, or this is who they're going to trade. And seriously, they're absolutely clueless. They don't have a clue what's going on here. So that part's frustrating. A lot of it's frustrating for me, because I am a member of the media, and I can't stand it when people are disconnected and kind of faking it,
Yeah. And there was a lot more buzz about Walker about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it's partly the newness of what he was doing, and it's slowed a little bit. I don't think that's the reason for it, but if it was kind of reversed, where he was kind of accelerating now, I'm sure there would be more of the conversation at the moment, because that's kind of what's happening with Pete Crow Armstrong, right? Like, PCA early wasn't very good. There wasn't a lot of talk. I mean, he's been amazing for the last month, and that's generating a lot of, buzz, that in his whole incident.
Dude, I love you like a brother. I got to totally disagree with you on this one. Pete Crow Armstrong has been hyped to the max every minute he's been in the major leagues after that initial thing when they first brought him up and he struggled. The media can't get enough of
fair.
PCA. Really.
That's a fair disagreement.
Yeah. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not with you on that one, my brother.
It's all good.
Do you think he's vastly overrated as a player, Bern?
I think there are times he is, but no, I can't, man. You look at what he's doing this season, I can't say that.
Yeah.
I can't say that. I think he's overrated at times where he's messing up, screwing up. Some flaws are on display, and people still act like he's the perfect ball player or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think he's a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Guys, are we down to the point of it's just appearance by appearance with Liberatore?
Oh, gosh.
Like just waiting for the dominoes to fall?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've kind of ranted and raved, and I've tried to be logical, and I've tried to apply case histories to this, and I don't. I'm at a loss to understand why. I'll just leave it at this, and Wheels take over. The thing that befuddles me the most is, why do they think keeping him in the rotation and having him take repeated beatings, his confidence isn't there, and his confidence gets smaller every single time. Why they think that's good for him, I have no idea.
I don't either. I'm with you. I think any move it is made, whether it's to the Pen or to Memphis, and I would choose Memphis because I wouldn't want to just totally give up on starter right now.
Right.
And get right, and then we'll see what happens if you can come back. Like basically the Gorman plan. I mean, if it works for one player who's 26 with the same kind of major league service time, well, then why doesn't the same logic apply to a guy on the same team in the same situation? But there are two things about the Liberatore thing that are kind of bothering me. And one of them is too many people are fixated on June. Okay, he's been terrible this month. He's been bad since last June.
He has.
And that part shouldn't be left out. This is not just like a new slump. This has been happening for a calendar year, for 6 months, almost a full season's worth of starts. And Bernie, you and I and Matt, we talked about this early in the year when he had a 3.80 ERA. It was a house of cards because back then all the underlying stuff was like, it's the bad stuff's coming. He gives up way too much hard contact. He doesn't strike enough people out to make up for that, and he walks too many people. There were always signs that this was happening and going to happen, and it's been going on for a year.
Let me ask you guys this.
Sure.
And I understand your last name isn't DeWitt. If it were, you'd be my best friend. But your best guess, is it a matter of perhaps displaced hope that Libby's going to improve, or is it more a discomfort with who might replace him?
I think it's both. I don't. First of all, one of the guys who was in the mix to be a potential replacement, Bryson Motts, is hurt now. I don't know what the extent of his injury is, so he's not a factor at the moment. They really like Chaim Bloom loves Quinn Matthews, but they also want to see him, even though he's cut back on his walks down in Memphis, and his stuff is magnificent. His swing and miss stuff on several pitches, like I was looking at the whiff rates, just it makes you laugh. It's so good. But they just don't want they don't want to bring him up here to walk a bunch of people. Although they seem to be willing to live with that with some other guys who don't have his stuff, which is another contradiction. But for some reason they want to hold Dobbins in reserve. I don't know that I understand what's going on there. But let me answer it this way, because Ollie Marmol in effect told us what they're thinking, because he was kind of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, he was kind of throwing Andre Palante in our face.
Yeah.
Because when I asked Ollie two questions, and I had another one I wanted to ask and didn't get a chance to, but I would ask him two questions about why you sticking with Libator, and I said, I don't see a roadmap right now where you look at one or two things and say, okay, he's got that going for him. I said, I'm just being honest. I think that annoyed Ollie a little, and that's okay. I respect Ollie. But he started bringing up Palante, and he started saying, well, last year at this time, everyone's ripping him, saying he couldn't pitch. You got to get rid of him. We got to do this, got to do that. And we thought we knew there was some stuff there. We knew we had to help him. We thought we could help him, and look at him now. And okay, point well taken. I'm not an unreasonable man, but I also think it's a little flimsy to think you're going to be able to do that over and over again with a guy who he does not have one pitch working well for him these days. Palante was an easier fix, is my point.
Bern, tell us about Saliga before we let you go for the weekend.
All right. Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin Comfort dealer, has been taking the best care of St. Louis families in heating and cooling since 1927. It's an amazing family story. I love it. I come from a family, as I always say, that had a business that was in the family for 50, 60 years. All the family worked there. You took a lot of pride in it. So that's one of the reasons why Saliga Heating and Cooling appeals to me. I can relate to it. But they also appeal to us is because we've been calling them for 18 years or so, and they're great. I mean, they're great. They're reliable, they're dependable, they're classy, they're honest, they're truthful. They come in, they give you options, they assess things for you, they're calm, they answer your questions. There's no hustle, there's no arm twisting, there's no talking real fast to talk you into something, taking advantage over the fact that they know they're experts. You're not an expert. They can probably talk you into something. They're not like that at all. So you can depend on their integrity and their knowledge, and I think that's a great combination. If you want to find out more about Saliga Heating and Cooling, including their Priority Club maintenance program and just everything that they do, and get the phone number, they're fantastic. Just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Bill, that's a big smile for an old politician.
I'm thinking about our plan. It's slick enough to make a lobbyist blush. First, we hoodwink voters with Amendment 5. Tell them it's a tax cut. Once they're hooked, we decide who pays the higher taxes.
So it's not a tax cut plan, and we don't get a say?
Right, just swaps who pays the tax, but it does remove 3 voter-passed taxpayer constitutional protections. That lets us levy new taxes on services, increase sales taxes, and even tax home sales. And voters will no longer get to vote on tax hikes.
Higher sales taxes on groceries, gas, service taxes on doctor visits, childcare, and even rent on apartments. Jeez. Taxes could exceed 20%.
Sure, they figure that up to 80% of taxpayers will pay more taxes. Many, hundreds more. Seniors, they'll get hit even harder. But our big donors will cut a fat hog.
The ones getting butchered by Amendment 5 are most taxpayers. I'm voting no on 5.
Paid for by Missourians for fair taxation.
The soundtrack of classic rock is coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater August 6th. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner joining forces for one epic night of legendary hits and unforgettable memories. It's the Double Trouble Double Vision Tour. From Sweet Home Alabama to Cold as Ice. Don't miss your chance to experience these 2 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acts in one incredible show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
What's this one?
This is Funky Good Time. You wrote down Funk Ya. I thought it said
Funk
James.
49.
I thought it said Funk Ya by James Brown, which I'm now seeing it said James Gang.
That's fine.
And this was, I thought, nice compromise.
Yeah, it's fine.
Between what I saw and what I could find.
I don't know if anyone on the stream noticed this, because we forget we're on television, basically. I just straight up put my hand down the back of my pants on a break, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But Andrew, you, I think, were dancing, but we all thought you were typing, and you were doing it like this, and you looked like one of those cat memes when they're typing on a computer.
I was trying. I think I do that sometimes when I'm like trying to think of something.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm sitting here and I'm working stuff and I've lost track of what I was gonna do next, and I'm trying to remember, I might do like.
It looked really funny.
Yeah, I can see it in the reflection. It looks very stupid.
I am working.
Yeah, it looks incredibly stupid to do this. To do this at work, and yeah, no, I keep forget. I also forget that I'm on camera, and
it's easy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't care for it. I don't love.
You don't like Big Brother?
Yeah, I don't love being on camera for like 4 straight hours.
It is
Yeah,
weird
at work. It is a very strange
It's
thing.
kind of crazy how they snuck that in and then didn't give us any more money.
Yeah, one of those very strange. There's a very strange thing in the radio industry that we've all been experiencing for years, which is, like you accept a job because you're like, it's gonna be like this, and then within a couple of years, it's like completely different in all ways, and you don't really get a say. You just gotta like roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say I don't love our streamers and everything. Like, it's fun to do the stream.
It is fun. It's just, I was watching back because I've been making the little videos from the stream.
Yeah.
And I've been really trying to sit up straighter because I was watching one the other day. I'm like, oh my goodness.
You might want to take a look at Vic. He's pointing out that it's
slumped over.
not 4 hours, it's 3.
Man, I know this is what he wants, and I shouldn't just give him what he wants, but he's out of here. He's been
Vic, you shouldn't have said that.
he's been far too bold.
We do not like it when you point out the
you
obvious
dare
truth.
tell the truth.
Yeah,
He's
That is
been
not okay.
Don't put the truth in our face.
We don't like that. No, no, no.
He's been far too bold lately. And you know what? If you keep complaining, we'll take away another hour. Too.
Look at Andrew.
I think we see what Andrew would be like as a prison warden.
He's channeling the 1970s dad. I'll give you something to cry about. That's his other job they added. 70s dad.
Other job they added is
You don't like that? I'll give you something to cry about.
in charge of disciplining adults on the stream.
You do seem to relish it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Who doesn't like a little power?
I'm not gonna lie. This is my first taste, and let me tell you what, it's pretty good.
We all just need to pray you don't get any more.
This tyranny thing, not bad. It is not bad.
Guess there's no time for a fast food news, right?
I could do one story.
All right.
Let's talk about our friends at Hardee's. They have just launched a new hot honey chicken lineup, and it's available through September 8th. So you can get the hot honey hand-breaded chicken biscuit. Sounds delicious. You can also get the same thing in a chicken sandwich. And they have the hot honey tenders.
Never disappointed when I get Hardee's.
I agree. And those biscuits, oh, baby, they're good. They have the Star Spangled biscuits right now, which are just star-shaped biscuits. They look like they have...
My girl loves biscuits.
I love...
I mean, how can you not?
So good.
Not a biscuit guy.
They look like they have
Dave.
red and blue sprinkles in the biscuits, and then they're drizzled with the sweet icing that we love so much from the Hardee's. So.
Gotcha.
That's to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
Look how
I
far
think
we've come.
It is a very fitting celebration.
In 1991, John and Cindy Morelli started Morelli Tuck Pointing. As of today, they've won just about every award possible for the tuck pointing business. The BBB Torch Award, the Next Door Neighborhood Fave Award, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For homeowners, this is a great time to get a free inspection of your basement, your brick or stone fireplace, your garage interior, your porch, and maybe even your walkway. Indoor tuck pointing can be started now. Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. My wife Beth and I have used Morelli Tuck Pointing to work on 2 of our homes now over the last 25 years. We have found the Morelli bids to be fair, their crews are very polite, and they clean up after themselves. But most importantly, their work is beautiful. Family owned and operated since 1991. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Hi, Kevin Wheeler here for Game Day Men's Health. And, of course, you can find all about them by going to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. You've got a location in O'Fallon, Missouri, and in Chesterfield. They're both right there along Highway 40, so really easy to get to from anywhere. And what they do at Game Day Men's Health is a pretty simple thing, right? They give you customized treatments that will help get you where you want to be. And it doesn't really matter what it is, right? It's not one specific thing. And a lot of times you just might have a general thing. So when I went in for the first time, I didn't have a specific desire for any specific treatment. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to feel like I did 10, 12, 15 years ago. And we found out through the initial consultation, doing the blood work and all of that. And all of that, by the way, took less than an hour. And it's the same for you as me. I didn't get any kind of special treatment. I just got the normal Game Day Men's Health treatment, and that's what it was. But in doing the blood work and looking at the tests, it found out that my testosterone numbers were down. They had gone down. That's what happens when you get older. Those tend to go down. Well, there's an answer to that, and it's the testosterone replacement therapy, and that's what I've been on for a year, and every day is better. Every day. Workout recovery is better. Just general energy better. Don't have the heavy legs anymore. And that works for me. Now, you might need some other form of treatment. Maybe you're feeling a different thing. And whether it's TRT, peptides for training for an event, or just, for skincare, whatever, they have all kinds of great options in that regard. Medical weight loss is an option, and they have their own pharmacy, so you get great, great prices there. And by the way, they do medical weight loss for both men and women. So if you want to do that as a couple, they can offer you a great deal there too. And also, if you're worried about ED, right? If you're looking at ED treatments, great options for you of all kinds. Everything is customized. Everything is overseen by board-certified medical professionals. Everything is on time. It's a really cool, relaxed atmosphere. You're going to be, you'll get in, they know your name, they greet you, they ask how you've been. It's a super friendly environment. There's no reason to hold back. Nothing to be embarrassed about. If there's a problem, they have answers. So all you need to do is go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com to get started. When you're in there, tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you. They'll knock $50 off your first purchase and give you a free vitamin B12 shot as well. And, of course, you can get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
We are on the biggest stage in the world right now, and you know I am talking about soccer. The whole world is paying attention, and FanDuel has decided to change the game. And as you know, if you bet soccer, that sometimes your player gets subbed out, and then what happens? Your bet goes with them. Well, FanDuel says we have a better way to do it. That's not happening anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you are still in it until the final whistle. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started now. I've been telling you about this app for many, many months. I love using it. It's easy to use. All the information you need is right there. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at Amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3:01, we have light rain and 75 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Kina in for Michael Calhoun. MoDOT's Genway telling KMOX both directions of 44 downtown between the Musial and Poplar Street bridges will be reopening shortly.
It's going to take us a few minutes to do it safely, open up each of these different areas that have been closed methodically, but we'll have everything open by the Cardinals game tonight.
The eastbound 70 express lanes, Broadway exit 292B and Broadway at Biddle in both directions, still all closed. Just in time for July 4th, St. Louis City Police make a big bust.
Video released by the St. Louis City Police Department shows officers having to form a human conveyor belt to remove the fireworks and completely filling a covered trailer with them. Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says they were able to find these fireworks through the help of neighbors and the homeowner himself.
This individual was gloating about it on social media. I don't know how somebody thinks that they can get away with something like this, and then also to be posting about it and spreading about it on social media.
The homeowner was identified as 38-year-old Sarari Watson. He faces charges of distributing fireworks and tampering with service of a utility for wiring his home directly to the electrical grid. McCoy says he could also face federal charges as the ATF continues to investigate. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio, along with Israel and Lebanon's ambassadors, announcing today a framework agreement that could lead to what they describe as a first step toward peace. At 3:02, it is time for an update of the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Senior Vice President of Investments, Bob Beckman. Good afternoon, Bob.
Thanks, Maria. Major markets today were mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 46 points at 51,873. The S&P down 420 at 73,53, while the Nasdaq was up 960 at 25,368. The St. Louis Business Index was down 340 at 1744. And for the biggest gainers today, Edgewell Personal Care up 223 at 27.72. Amdocs up 210 at 51.97. For the biggest decliners, Emerson down 185 at 143.49, and Stifel Financial down 220 at 69.27. This has been Bob Beckman, Senior Vice President of Investments with Stifel, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, visit our website at stifel.com.
A check of traffic again. MoDOT getting ready to open up 44 in both directions downtown over that sinkhole. They almost have that completely covered now. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, Dave Murray has our forecast.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue as we go through our Friday afternoon. 81 for the high. Scattered showers and thunderstorms again tonight. 70. I want to stress this is not a widespread severe weather outbreak. However, there will be thunderstorms around. And if you get under one, expect some really heavy downpours of rain, the risk of some flash flooding, not only on the small streams and creeks, but on the highways. And every once in a while, there could be some pockets of some strong gusty winds up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Now, on Saturday, partly sunny skies, but there's still going to be a couple of showers and thunderstorms around, though I think the action on Saturday is limited. 89 degrees. On Sunday, sunny, hot, and very humid. Steam bath weather coming in on Sunday afternoon with a high of 95. This is going to be around at least through Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
The flood watch continues until 7 for most of us, but extended until 10 for Franklin, Jefferson, Lincoln, St. Charles, Warren, and Washington counties in Missouri, and Bond and Jersey in Illinois. 79 in St. Peter, 75 in Florissant, 75 downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Happy Friday, a few minutes past 3 p.m. Alvin Reed's here. Alvin, we were saying earlier in the show, we all love you, but we really love you because you're our Friday guy.
All right.
So
that means it's Friday.
When we see you, we're like, hey.
Yeah, it's Friday.
This crap's almost over.
Well, I told you, I like waltzing here after you guys have had a hard week, and we just kind of, you know, have a little good 15, 20 minutes. And I waltz right on back out. It's an easy gig, man. I ain't going to lie to you. Not easy, but all right. Yeah.
It always reminds me.
Of course, a tornado one time. And
that was crazy.
Sure.
That was crazy that you were able to like make it down because a lot of people were having traffic issues. I remember Mahey was trying to make it to us that day and he just couldn't. So
it was odd. I just happened to be. I was downtown because I'm just coming from like West St. Louis, and like I said, is all good people do when there's a tornado about to rampage through town. I stopped and had a beer and went to the ATM machine. And I was mad at the people at the ATM machine over at Bank of America. It's like, why are all these cars parked underneath here? And then, 10 minutes later, realized that,
wow,
dude, a tornado is roaring through town.
Yeah, you're kind of an a-hole.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how I felt about it once it was all said and done.
This is not what I plan on talking about, but I know that Alvin's into sports, and I think it's an interesting story. I think I know which way he's going to go and which way she's going to go.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
But the WNBA is back in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark's been taking some hits.
Yeah.
Last night, I think it was last night.
2 nights ago, I think.
Had one of the players who kind of put her fist on her neck.
Yeah.
And it really does seem to me to be breaking down like racially, which is very sad to me. But, Rach, I bet you're going to say if the guys did this, it wouldn't even be a story because guys can be rough and tumble. But if female sports people are rough and tumble, suddenly it's got to be drama.
Yeah, and then I do think it's just Wheels has brought this up. Caitlin Clark has maybe brought in a new batch of fans to not just the WNBA, but to basketball, and maybe people who don't understand how rough it can be. And they look at the situation and they go, you're attacking Caitlin. And sometimes it is too far. Other times I think it's maybe an overreaction. But she's someone who has a microscope on her.
Yeah.
If it were any other given player, no, it would not be news. But it's news because it's
I'm
Caitlin
interested
Clark.
in what you guys think about the facts of it, like, oh, yeah, this is dirty, or no, it's just the way it goes. And then more just overarchingly how this is good or bad for the sport.
I think it is bringing an attention to the sport that, to be notorious is not necessarily a bad thing in our language. To become a notorious gangster or notorious, this or that has a negative connotation. But the original meaning of being notorious is just being noted. So in one way,
I did not know that.
Right, in one way that is a good thing. In other words, any press is good press, especially when you're the WNBA. It's breaking down politically, it's breaking down racially, and it's really not about those two things. It's about, like, basketball and, like, okay, shiny new toy. Basketball has been played in this league since, the 90s? And while we welcome the attention, this greatest thing since sliced bread rubs some people the wrong way. And, I mean, that's how pro sports are. I mean, that's, there's people that can't stand Patrick Mahomes that are out there playing Patrick Mahomes. He hadn't done anything to him except go out there and win football games. But he said, this pretty boy gets on my nerves, man. He's just, right. And you can't cheap shot him, but, they put it this way. There were a lot of players that lost no sleep over the fact that he got hurt and they had a terrible season last year. And so that's the nature of pro sports that I think, as Rachel just said, there's some fans coming in who still think basketball is,
set shots and Bob Cousy.
Yeah, right. If you touch somebody, it's a foul, and you still hold your hand up,
Right.
like when you foul somebody.
Right.
Man, that day and age is over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple things, and it's most of it to me is that it's just 2026 and social media.
Yeah, I agree.
If we had Twitter and TikTok and all this stuff in 1992, when Michael Jordan was getting the crap beat out of him the very same way, or Larry Bird. I mean, if you go watch old basketball, they used to beat the hell out of each other. And it was never about, white guy versus black guy versus white guy. It was always power challenging power. That's what it was. The up-and-comers were always challenging the top dogs, and a lot of times it meant physicality. Or it was the veterans challenging the young pups, right? When Michael Jordan was the young star taking over the league, the older players took it out on him. Now, you can argue that mentality's wrong. I won't argue with you. I will not argue with you if you say that's stupid. But it's competitive sports. This happens in the NFL. This happens in the NBA, the actual, the current NBA, not the old NBA. Players get challenged, especially new players with high profiles. I do think some of this stuff goes too far. And I do think the league is not good enough when it comes to kind of like enforcing penalties after the fact for someone putting a hand on a throat. Now, I know that was Alyssa Thomas that did that. There was a suspension for that, right?
Yeah, she got suspended.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you expect? What else can the league do? I understand they say, people that are new to the league. I saw a video from Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd has never talked about the WNBA before Caitlin Clark. Never. And now all of a sudden he's an expert on their officiating. Right. You know why? Because Caitlin Clark gets clicks.
Yeah.
Anything you put out there with her name gets engagement. So that's what all of these people are doing. That's what Barstool's doing. It's what Cowherd's doing. It's why this is a big story, because people are chasing clicks. I don't think the treatment is correct, just like it wasn't correct to do that to Michael Jordan. Remember when the All-Stars all iced Jordan out?
They wouldn't pass him
the ball. They wouldn't pass him the ball. Now, that was not physical, but it was the same kind of thing. And keep in mind, if anybody watched, what was the documentary during COVID? Last Dance?
Oh, Last Dance.
If you watched that, you saw Michael Jordan getting the crap beat out of him and then learning, okay, I got to get in the weight room and get stronger so I can handle this, so I can now protect myself and so I can work through it.
Tell me the thing about the All-Stars. I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah. His first All-Star game, right?
His first All-Star game. Basically, Isaiah Thomas,
Larry Bird.
Said,
they wouldn't pass him the ball.
They iced him out and just basically told him,
same kind of thing. Welcome to the league.
Look, all this Michael Jordan is this, is Michael Jordan is that. And we've been knocking the crap out of each other for the last decade, trying to win the championship. And then you had the Lakers, that were nearing kind of like the end. So they were, the Bulls and the Pistons were looking at each other like, we're the heir apparent to being the champion of this league. And if you think we're going to let this punk steal our headlines and basically our money. Like, it's not going to happen.
But the difference here now in 2026, and specifically with the WNBA, is that now everything is political. What you have now are political commentators constantly talking about this because they get engagement from it and they can advance their political agendas, regardless of which side of it you want to take. That's what fuels this crap. If it was purely sports, nobody would care. Because, look, I'm not trying to be mean, okay? Statistically speaking, almost nobody watches the WNBA. When you compare it to the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, the league as a whole, not just Caitlin Clark gets ratings, and some teams do, but for the most part, if you compare their ratings to other sports, nobody's watching, comparatively speaking.
Right.
It's growing, though. It's good. It's getting better. It's actually like a product that's starting to sell itself and pay its own bills, which it didn't in the past. But this is all noise from the political side.
Well, so Brian on the stream is asking, like, who else besides Caitlin Clark is getting roughed up as much as she is? I'm going to be honest, I don't know the answer to that question.
All I know is what gets covered.
Yes, Caitlin Clark, they cover every breath this woman takes.
Right.
Like, she gets constant coverage. So anytime something bad happens, we see it and we go, oh my gosh, no one's getting this kind of treatment. I mean, can we name other, like, honestly, name some other WNBA players besides, like, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark?
No.
Who else do we know?
No, our young lady from St. Louis, who's the...
Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham. And then who plays for the Minnesota Lynx. I'm drawing a blank on her name. This is Nafisa Collier. Okay. She got hurt, knocked out of the playoffs. Didn't call a foul on the woman who fouled her. They're irate. Man, like, she got knocked out of the postseason by what looked to be a dirty foul. So, I mean, it happens, it occurs, but, like, I guarantee you somebody got a rough foul put on them, this is Friday, on Wednesday night or Tuesday night. But it wasn't Caitlin Clark, and they just kept right on playing, and I think that's one of the things that, because throughout the league, when they were trying to sign this new, CBA, which they did, the players wanted the commissioner fired because they think she's indifferent to the fact that they have some of the worst refereeing going on. And so the games are wildly out of control sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, Caitlin Clark is not the only person getting hard fouls put on her or anything like that. It's just that she has brought so many viewers and a new TV contract, not by herself, but I could understand why people look at it and say, like, oh, they're just picking on her because they're jealous of her.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Well, they are.
Yeah, right.
I mean, look, there are a lot of realities in this. Like, there are a lot of truth. It's not one side or the other. The league's officiating, based on people who have followed the league for a long time, is not very good.
It's not very good.
Caitlin Clark is getting beat up. That's real.
Yes.
There are players in there that do it because they don't like her, because she's stealing thunder.
Yes.
Because she's the focus that all these people are talking about, and they're all being ignored. That's terrible. That's not okay. It should be punished. The rules should be enforced correctly. We can say all of those things, and they're accurate. And we can also acknowledge that there are people that simply use Caitlin Clark's name to make money.
Oh, absolutely.
To get their engagement on social media and make money, and that's why this is a big deal.
I wish that she had not been drafted by Indiana. I wish that one of the larger markets had a horrible season and drafted her. I think it would be looked at differently. I honestly do. I think it's kind of like, oh, the little sweet girl who plays for Indiana. Well, if you play for New York or Los Angeles, people say, like, hey, it's a rough and tumble world, lady. I honestly believe that. It doesn't make any sense, but I honestly believe it depends on where you play. She gets knocked down, dragged out, New York. The fans are saying, like, hit her back. Hey, why aren't y'all attacking their team? Right. It would just. It's just sports, man. And it's weird. It's kind of like, hey, a lot of people don't understand. I've said this before. Like, man, people talk about winning, and people don't understand how hard it is to win a practice. Oh, this is all this such and such and such and such and all that. And I said, like, how hard it is to win an NFL football game? You know how hard it is to win 81 Major League Baseball games? People just think that. They just don't put forth the effort. That's why they lose. Or the coach is terrible. Or this or that. Or, they're just out there trying to kill, her because she's better than everybody. And it's like, there's a lot of dynamic going on during any especially professional sporting event or game, that I think that people who covered it, people who've been around it a lot, will tell you. So, like, man, there's a lot of stuff that people do not understand. They just turn the game on and watch it. And that's reality. So, like Will said, all this is true. Everything that, any angle, except for the fact that you have a lot of people who want to make it political, who want to make it race, because they make everything political and race, because that's how people listen to them on the radio or TV.
Taking care of yourself should fit into your life, not complicate it. Neovitin Original Formula is a complete daily multivitamin designed to support your everyday wellness routine with essential vitamins, minerals, and a natural ingredient blend, all in just 2 daily tablets. Subscribe online at neovitin.com for monthly delivery or shop Neovitin at your local Schnucks and Dearborn. Neovitin Original Formula is physician formulated to fit easily into your everyday routine. All of our vitamins are manufactured in a certified GMP facility in the USA. Neovitin, make nutrition easy.
Looking for something new? Lombardo Homes is excited to introduce 2 brand new opportunities in St. Charles County. Discover Crooked Creek at Cottleville Trails, featuring stylish new townhomes from the high 300s and access to incredible amenities that make Cottleville Trails one of the area's most sought-after communities. Or find the space you've been dreaming of at South Point Estates, where expansive 3+ acre home sites and top-rated Wentzville schools create the perfect setting for your custom dream home. Visit LombardoHomes.com to learn more about these exciting new communities.
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! Lemonade? Oh, nuts.
Is your business struggling to be seen? Not reaching the right customers?
Yeah.
Odyssey's here to help. Your one-stop shop for digital marketing.
Wait, really?
With targeted digital media, plus SEO, SEM, social, OTT, and more, we help your business reach the right audience and drive results.
Whoa, hey, one at a time.
Stop missing out on valuable customers. Visit digitallocalads.com to learn more about our local advertising solutions. That's digitallocalads.com.
Okay, people, line starts here.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEBNOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The financial industry is getting rich on baby boomers. Don't be their next victim. Find out the truth of what's really going on in the retirement industry. Join Greg Ayler Saturdays at 1 on Fire Your Financial Advisor.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
323 DJS, happy Friday to you. Alvin Reed is in. We're talking about Caitlin Clark and the drama that's going on in the WNBA and the player that put her fist on her neck and got suspended, and now it's like a race fight and a political fight. And Wheels brought up a good point, which is twofold. One, if you've watched at all, you know Caitlin Clark can be a bit of an a-hole.
Like every great player in every sport.
That's the second point.
Right.
If you think about it, we could do a Sweet 16 off the top of our head of great athletes who have been a-holes.
Yeah. When AC Green joined the Lakers back in the day, he said, like, man, Magic Johnson terrorized him. And they told him, he said, like, hey, look, either have your hands up and be ready for a pass, or he's going to hit you in the face with the ball, like, real hard. Right. And sure enough, like, for it's a boom right in the face. Everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
You know? And it's so like, it's Michael Jordan hit Nash in the head during practice. He did something to him. He just fired the ball and hit him in the head with it.
Yeah.
Like as hard as he could.
Yeah.
He's like, they're jerks.
Larry Bird.
Man.
Right.
One of the, I mean, again, nobody ever called him a dirty player, although he was at times, just like that era, because that era guys were physical and dirty a little bit. His was more subtle, right? He'd like get underneath your legs and then back out and let you fall, that kind of stuff.
Can I tell you something? What is it a 30 for 30, the one about Bird and Johnson? Or is it a whole?
Yeah. Well, there's that Celtics Lakers show Showtime that was on HBO. There's an entertainment version of it.
No. The one I saw was them being interviewed.
Oh yeah, and it's excellent.
I cried.
It's so good.
I'm not afraid to tell you I cried.
It's excellent because just the 84, 85. And then 87, and just through those years, and when they're talking about it, how they were just saying, like, listen, we knew that it was basketball. The Lakers, Celtics, we wanted to beat each other, but it became something else. And,
right.
Both these teams had to acknowledge that it was something else. Which God told the story. He's like, man, we would be in Boston, like, man, black dudes coming up to us in Boston said, man, we want you to beat them. But we can't stand this, talking about their own city. And, and then Casey Jones and Robert Parrish are like, they're saying, like, man, what? We ain't black people no more? Right. They're looking like, what? Where did the dynamic change? Like, most of the guys on the court for our team are black. We got a black coach. But we're not the.
If that story happened now, though, if the Bird Magic thing happened now.
Yeah.
It would be like this Caitlin Clark.
Right. It would.
It would be
exactly right.
nonstop political warfare.
Right. And I will say this. The reason that was so widely watched was because it was two excellent basketball teams.
Well,
there really was there was a lot of peripheral, but when they reached the finals, it was like it was something special because they were two special teams.
Well, it was a clash of eras too, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Because the Celtics at that time represented the older school style of play,
Right.
Yeah.
and the Lakers were Showtime, fast break, the modern style of game for that time. And it was all of that kind of played into it.
It's a great example of how we have been changed by society.
Absolutely.
Because I was in law school during that time. I was real into it. I was real into the Celtics. And, of course, the black dudes would give me trouble, and I'd give them trouble. But then we'd go have a beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you're so right. If Bird, Johnson, Celtics, Lakers happened today, it would be the biggest thing.
It would be somewhat wrecked by social media.
Yeah.
Instead of just being able to enjoy it. And then
and also not just social media, but also 24-hour television.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Because you got to have hot takes about everything to keep eyeballs on you.
Right. And then by the time they played in 87, there was this tremendous respect for each other. I think 84 and, they really did 85, then, Lakers got even. And then 87, it was just like, this is like, Ali Frazier 3. This is kind of like, look, this is for the heavyweight championship of ourselves.
Yeah.
Never mind all the black, white, and all that. This is going to be, whoever wins this series is going to be the one that will be remembered as getting the best of the other one.
Yeah.
So.
Around baseball, questions are being asked.
Why do they win so many one-run games? Why do they win games they shouldn't win?
Is this a rebuild, a reset, or something more?
You think this stuff would be happening?
Or when Burleson and Herrera developing fast enough to change everything in real time? When the day ends, the real conversation begins.
Bernie Miklasz, Matt Pauley, Kevin Wheeler hanging out with you talking cards.
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5. This is Cardinals talk that doesn't flinch.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Bill, that's a big smile for an old politician.
I'm thinking about our plan. It's slick enough to make a lobbyist blush. First, we hoodwink voters with Amendment 5. Tell them it's a tax cut. Once they're hooked, we decide who pays the higher taxes.
So it's not a tax cut plan, and we don't get a say?
Right, just swaps who pays the tax, but it does remove 3 voter-passed taxpayer constitutional protections. That lets us levy new taxes on services, increase sales taxes, and even tax home sales. And voters will no longer get to vote on tax hikes.
Higher sales taxes on groceries, gas, service taxes on doctor visits, childcare, and even rent on apartments. Jeez. Taxes could exceed 20%.
Sure, they figure that up to 80% of taxpayers will pay more taxes. Many, hundreds more. Seniors, they'll get hit even harder, but our big donors will cut a fat hog.
The ones getting butchered by Amendment 5 are most taxpayers. I'm voting no on 5.
Paid for by Missourians for fair taxation.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, they're supposed to open up 44 downtown sometime this afternoon. I see some traffic going eastbound on 44 out onto 70. I don't see anything coming in eastbound on Highway 70 getting onto westbound 44, though, yet. If you're on eastbound 270 in North County, Bell Fountain up to the Chain Rocks Bridge, that's bumper to bumper. Westbound Highway 70, it's a little slow around the Rock Road. Out west, it's busier. A out through Z, and eastbound 70 is backed up. David Hokeland to Wentzville Parkway to 64. Southbound 61 jam, Wentzville Parkway onto 64. And westbound 64 delays at Lake St. Louis Boulevard. Now leaving the city, westbound 64 is bogged down from Kings Highway all the way to Hanley. South 270, 364 to Ladue, 64 to Clayton Road, the only really busy spots. A little slow at the Gravois exit. North 270 jams at Page. There's a crash north of Dorset blocking the 2 left lanes. Southbound 170 delays at Ladue. Southbound 55 Imperial down through about midway down to Z, we had an incident, so it's pretty solid through there. Eastbound 64 slow on the Poplar over to 70. Bass approaching 255 to 157, and northbound 255 delays 5570 to Horseshoe Lake. Westbound 64 Greenmount through 159 is backed up. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Freedom 250. Join the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America July 1st through July 7th across St. Louis as we celebrate America's 250-year legacy with free concerts. No tickets required. Details at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey guys, it's Glover. Right now, buy 4 windows and get 4 free and 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Call 314-334-2522. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Get this, 42% of baby boomers don't even know how much money they have in their nest egg. If you're not sure where you stand in terms of getting ready for retirement, you should be listening to the All Financial Hour with Steve All.
Let's sit down and talk about your questions, because I think that's the most important thing that it is out there. It's what questions do you have?
Saturday mornings at 10 or Sunday evenings at 6, right here on KMOX.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, Skin Cancer Awareness this summertime, and we're joined by Dr. Aubriana McAvoy, a WashU medicine surgeon.
Skin cancer is both common, but in many cases preventable. So you don't need to live in fear of the sun, but small habits really matter, like wearing sunscreen, protecting your children, and paying attention to any changes in your skin.
For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
It's 3:33. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Get inside your Redbirds and the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 334. Dave Murray brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
Oh, God.
What's wrong?
Oh, drama on the stream.
They're talking about getting banned.
Look, I'm just trying to do you guys a favor, okay? Mitch, Vic, who's already been banned once today. This is an Andrew issue. Andrew is drinking zero sugar energy drinks. Zero sugar means zero patience. So don't test him today.
That is a great way of putting it.
Yes.
Zero sugar means zero patience.
That's right. You don't know anything to anybody since you're doing zero sugar.
And I also just think it's funny. Like I just like doing it.
He has the power.
Like these
He's
two are
masters of the universe. He's He-Man. I have the power.
These two are yapping back and forth, and I just kind of want to ban them both again.
He just pulled out the Sesame Street aliens.
That's funny. That's funny. Dave, how's your
like
week
having
been?
the ability to just cut people off mid-conversation and just stop them.
No, it's
just
just
ban
like
them
you
both.
did to me.
Well, I was the words were already coming out.
I know.
Sorry.
Why did,
So
Dave,
anyway,
why did I
Dave,
hang
as you
up
were
on Dave
saying-
back years ago?
I don't know.
Remember that, Dave? You made me so mad I hung up on you, and you called back and I hung up again.
Yeah.
I do not.
I don't remember what it was about.
It wasn't that long ago. I think we were in this building, so I think it was since 2018.
Yeah, Mark Close will remember. He's got nothing else going on in his life. He'll remember that.
He's not here.
Well, I know how to get in touch with him.
He's going to be like, brother, I don't remember.
Okay, so weather's always important, but this weekend with the Cardinals and the rain and the heat coming and everything, like it's on everyone's mind.
Got lots to talk about here. Okay, we still have showers and thunderstorms around. Very scattered. The heaviest rain is going to be to our south. I would say 30 miles south of downtown St. Louis, but it's scattered. And it's fading as we go through the night and really the evening too. But there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms around. If you get under a storm, there'll be a heavy downpour. It's not a severe setup. 70 for the low. Saturday, partly sunny. Going to keep the chance of a shower or a thunder shower. But I think most of Saturday is dry, rain-free. 89, but you're going to notice that humidity coming back. Saturday night, partly cloudy, very humid, very warm, 73, nothing more than a spot thunderstorm. Again, think mainly dry. Sunday, here comes summer. It's sunny, it's hot, it's humid. 95 for the high on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I don't see any reason not to include the holiday weekend at this point. Sunny, hot, and humid with building haze all of next week. 98 for the high. Now, the records next week are 101 to 105. So we're not talking record heat. 4th of July record is 105 from 2012. 2012 was a beast of a summer in St. Louis. Just in July, there were 8 record highs in 2012. What made that unusual, it was a dry heat from the southwest. It wasn't our humid flow from the Gulf of Mexico. So temperatures just went wild during 2012. It really was. And nighttime temperatures didn't cool at all. And the full moon is coming up late Sunday night, early Monday morning in June. It's known as the full strawberry moon.
Is
So
there
go buy some strawberries.
Is there a full moon that's just a moon these days?
No.
Okay.
No, because the names of the moon it's all from Indian lore. It's very old. Now, when you start talking about, the monster moon or the very bright moon, come on. Just stop it. Just stop that stuff.
I like the monster moon.
The monster moon.
I've never heard of that before. When are they going to bring out the Godzilla moon?
Oh, I'm sure it will happen in our lifetime.
Rach, we're going to do Flashback Friday, right?
Yeah, because headlines is political, and you know what? We've been having such a fun show.
Yeah.
Let's just have fun. Let's go all the way back.
Headlines were just going to be all of Rachel's most dramatic political takes.
All of my hottest, most cancelable takes. 740.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you again. I don't know if we can let Mitch's last comment go without some sort of retribution.
Yeah, that's fine. Which one?
He says, the Murray moon?
That's something else.
Here he is.
That's funny.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Picture up.
He's been
gone.
banned.
Yeah, he's toast.
There he goes.
Oh, man.
No, he's fine for now.
Yeah. We let him. Well, Andrew showed mercy.
That's what you get for trying something out. We don't like that.
We don't like creativity.
We don't like that.
We don't like unique, interesting people who aren't in this room.
Yeah, send it to us privately so one of us can take the
Then
credit.
one of us can say it. Would they be the
He's
Murray
still
moon?
here. It didn't work.
Oh,
I didn't
God.
ban him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't ban him.
Didn't ban him.
Okay.
That was a close one.
Now it feels like he wants it, right?
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah,
there's
you're right.
it's a bit of a struggle, right? Because they're trying to take the power away from me
Yes,
by
yes.
being interested in it. What they
Yes.
don't understand is that whether you want it or not, it still feels good. It still feels good to disintegrate you from existence for like 30
Just 'cause
seconds.
you like the spankings doesn't mean you don't like giving them.
Precisely.
That went a little weird.
Yeah.
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 That's yeah.
Okay, 742 years ago.
I hope he likes it that much.
In 1284, I'm just going to power through. According
Just
to
keep
Grimm's
talking,
fairy
Rachel.
tale, this was the day that the Pied Piper led the children out of Hamelin,
Ooh, I love that
Germany.
story.
So the townsfolk didn't pay him for leading the rats out of town, so he abducted the kids.
Wait,
Great story.
that was Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Why
What'd
did
you
I
think it
always think the
was?
Pied Piper was Ireland?
Because
No, that's
you're
a
thinking
shillelagh people.
You're thinking of St. Patrick who drove the snakes from Ireland.
No, that's not what I was thinking of. I just thought that.
Hey, we know what you're thinking of.
Yeah. No, I just was wrong.
I'm reminded of that audio from New York when they were having the rat problem, and that woman was like, "The rats don't run this city. We do." That's what they were
Yes.
saying. That's what the Pied
In
Piper
Germany.
said. 207 years ago, it was 1819, and William Clarkson Jr. patented the bicycle in the United States.
1819.
Mm-hmm. 196 years ago, in 1830, King George IV, England's fattest king, died at the age of 67. For breakfast, he would eat 2 pigeons and 3 steaks and wash them down with a bottle of wine, a glass of champagne, and several glasses of brandy.
I mean, you're the king.
That would stink
Yeah,
to
why
have your
not?
legacy be England's fattest
king.
Isn't it funny too? Like back then, kings ate pigeons, and now you'd be like,
Yeah.
what kind of weirdo are you if you're eating pigeons?
Followed by 3 steaks. Yum. 51 years ago in 1975, Sonny and Cher divorced after 11 years of marriage. And I did not know this. 4 days later, Cher married Greg Allman.
I didn't realize it was 4 days.
No, I didn't.
What in the
know that
world?
either.
Interesting.
That was a long-lasting one too, I think.
49 years. Take that, Cher. 49 years
She's
ago.
catching strays.
She's listening right now.
I mean, she picked Sonny.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Well, she was like 16.
Oh, that's
wasn't
true.
she?
Maybe picked is not the right option there.
She was victimized.
She was maybe chosen.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about happier topics. Oh, this one isn't happier. 49 years ago in 1977, Elvis Presley made his last concert appearance at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. His final song was Can't Help Falling in Love. He died 7 weeks later. Sorry. 45 years ago in 1981, For Your Eyes Only was released, starring Roger Moore as 007 and featuring a theme song by Sheena Easton.
What year was that?
1981.
That might have been the first Bond movie I ever saw, like in a theater or at a drive-in.
Were you like, this is the coolest thing ever?
I did. I loved it. It was like, this is amazing.
I was watching something, I think it's probably TikTok, but it was about Sean Connery, speaking of 007, and talking about his very controversial interview remarks about smacking women. Do you
Yeah.
remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remembered it because, the classic, like, if a woman needs slap, you slap her. Like,
Yeah.
we all know that one from SNL. But I'd forgotten just how crazy it was.
Mm-hmm.
Where they asked Sean Connery, he's like, oh, yeah, some women are just asking for it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then years went by, and they're like, hey, remember that thing he said? And he goes, oh, yeah, totally true.
Yeah, he didn't walk it back.
And I stand by that.
Yep.
He totally did. He
Yep.
totally. And today, like, if you say to most people Sean Connery, they're like, oh, he was the best. Fantastic. Best James Bond ever.
Hunt for Red October.
Daniel Craig's the best James Bond.
I agree with that. Oh, you'd see who is going to be the new Jason Bourne?
No.
Zendaya.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have a little harder time buying a 104-pound person beating the crap out of people. But
Also, she's like 25 years old.
yeah. Not that Matt
She's like
Damon's any
40
like
now.
imposing physical character, but yeah. I always have that issue. I have that same issue with Timothy Chalamet when he's in stuff. Like,
He's
you see the
little.
movie The King?
Yes.
It's a good movie, actually. But, like, he looks like a 4-year-old walking around in armor fighting some giant dude, and somehow he wins. It's like, okay, buddy. I'm sure that happened.
Okay, let's go on to 1981. Magic Johnson signed a 25-year, $25 million contract extension with the LA Lakers.
25-year, $25 million?
Wow.
$1 million.
What year is that, Rach?
81.
That was a big deal then.
Yeah.
I mean, For Your Eyes Only was in theaters.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, like $1 million a year was like crazy at that time.
Sure.
In any sport.
Also in 1981, Stripes was released, starring Bill Murray.
Who's your buddy?
It's great.
Who's your pal?
That's a great flick.
Just great.
39 years ago, 1987, Full Metal Jacket was released.
Oh, I love
man.
that movie so much.
It's a good
I mean, it's
movie.
super disturbing, but it's a great movie.
That's one of those for me that if I'm just flipping around and it's on,
Gotta watch.
it just stays on.
Gotta watch. Every character is good.
Yeah.
Like, every character is good.
Okay, I have two more really quick ones I want to do because we've just talked so much basketball this hour. 30 years ago in 1996, Allen Iverson was the top pick of the NBA draft.
All right.
Went to the 76ers. That same year, Kobe Bryant was 13th for the Charlotte Hornets before they traded him to the Lakers.
Yep.
And Steve Nash went to the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, the Kobe thing was interesting at the time. Well, first of all, Kobe was a high school player. So he wouldn't have been like where Iverson was a seasoned college player and had the bigger reputation. But there was also the worry about Kobe not being willing to sign with anybody because everybody kind of knew he wanted to be with the Lakers. So he would have gone higher had that not been the case.
And then 23 years ago in 2003, LeBron James was drafted to the
Man.
Cleveland Cavaliers as the first pick in the NBA draft.
What a career. Like, I know he's like, think of it this way, man. Like, we were just talking earlier, and you I don't know if you heard it, Dave, but like how the players, everything, the more modern it gets, the more hate there is, the more divisiveness there is with players. If he happened in like the 1980s, he'd be Magic Johnson. He'd be one of the most popular names, and everybody now, you just have to hate people because that's what you do.
Thanks, Dave.
You got it.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, it looks like eastbound 70 is still shut down at Tucker downtown. They're hoping to have the 44 overpass between the bridges opened up at some point this afternoon. I do see a few cars now and then coming by, but not a consistent level of volume. Eastbound 270 North County still slow east of Bell Fountain to the Chain of Rocks Bridge. If you're on northbound 170 from Scudder all the way up to 270 heavy, westbound 70 Lindbergh through the Rock Road slow, A out through Z in Wentzville. Eastbound 70 David Hokeland to Wentzville Parkway still kind of busy, but not as bad as it was. We still have this jam north 270 approaching Page. The left lanes are closed north of Dorset for a crash. South 270 south of 364 to Ladou's busy, but after that it's wide open to 55. Southbound 170 Delmar to 64 is backed up. Westbound 64 Kings Highway out through McCausland. You're on the brakes. West of Clarkson to Topgolf is slow, and Lake St. Louis Boulevard Boulevard out to Highway 70 is heavy. Westbound 44 headed into St. Clair, seeing a little bit of a backup. Southbound 55 north of M, most of the way down to Z. There's slow traffic there and headed into Illinois. Eastbound 64 east of the Poplar to 70, 64, 111 to 157 is backed up. Westbound west of Greenmount through 159 delays, and eastbound 5570 east of 157 most of the way into Route 40. Looks like there's a jam. Also, there's a crash northbound 255 near Madison. It's jammed back to New Pogue Road. I'm Roger Brand in the Michael's Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. YourEyeDoc.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Bryan Adams is bringing the Roll with a Bunches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Bryan Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Bryan Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Bryan Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
After a disaster, emotional recovery takes time. Show Me Hope Missouri is here for you with free, confidential support. Counselors help with stress, coping skills, and connect to resources. If the St. Louis tornado impacted you, visit moshowmehope.org from Missouri Department of Mental Health.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back. DG Ask George Mayhe is on his way. He will be here at the top of the hour. Cardinal Report is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings experience at Westport. Dude, I'm like 3 weeks away from getting my custom gloves.
Nice.
Excited. Question.
Yes.
even with the year he is having, did we make a mistake moving Goldie? Did we only make a mistake in hindsight, or was it worth getting rid of the salary?
There's no mistake. It was the smart baseball move. It was the smart payroll move. And I'm happy, like, for those that aren't tracking it, like, Goldie's having a really nice year for the Yankees.
Really nice.
But keep in mind that last year he didn't really do that great. Like, last year he was more like what he was in St. Louis, which was okay. He was never terrible here, but the last year was kind of shaky. But he's bounced back this year, and give him a lot of credit, give the Yankees credit. They brought him back with the idea that he'd be a part-time player. But because Giancarlo Stanton is hurt and Aaron Judge is hurt, there's been an opening for him, and he's played really well. But they shouldn't have gone back. I mean, like, that's a position that Burleson needs to be playing, and he's doing just fine. Like, Burley's been one of the most productive first basemen. You've not missed Goldschmidt, I guess is what I'm saying. And that's not a knock on Goldie. It's more about how you replaced him and where you're going.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I think it's great that Goldie's having a nice, what will end up probably being a final chapter. If it's not this year, just like his last chapter in New York, he's doing great. He's helping a good team. It's awesome because he's a great guy. But this team doesn't need Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, Herrera and Burleson take the spots that he would take.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with the way we're playing the catchers that we have?
Yeah, right now it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Jimmy Crooks needs to be better than he's been, but obviously it's not been very long, so you've got to let him have some run to do it. Herrera, I don't love Herrera as a catcher, but I don't hate it either. It's kind of a Switzerland thing for me. Like, he's not a good thrower, but it doesn't seem to be harming them that much. So as long as it's not harming you very much, you don't worry about it.
What is the problem with just saying you are such a good hitter, you're going to be our Kyle Schwarber?
Two things. His age, you don't want to be pigeonholed as a DH when you're 24, because that will really hurt your free agent value down the road, right? That will hurt your earning power. So it's for the player, that's part of it. And for the team, let's just say at some point you decided we're going to trade Ivan Herrera. Well, he's way more valuable as a catcher. And the offense he gives you, even if it's only a couple days a week, is really valuable at a position where most teams don't get offense from it. So there's some draw to it.
Okay. Tell you guys about Zero Res. As you know, every month they're going to have a different deal for you guys. Right now, the deal is 3 rooms of carpet, Zero Res clean, which means completely clean. We bring our own water. It's a patented kind of water that we use. We don't leave behind soap residue, which is why it's called Zero Res. I'm sure you guys figured that out a long time ago. And because the companies who do, that's pretty much every other company, they either use sort of sketchy chemicals or they use soaps and suds, and it just attracts dirt. That's what soap does. I mean, that's why soap exists. It attracts dirt and it cleans our bodies, cleans our carpets. Anyway, 3 rooms of carpets clean, starting at just $129, plus add a 4th room for free. So, lucky for you if you have 4 rooms of carpet that need cleaned. If you have 1, if you have 8, we're going to make you a great DGS deal. We also do hardwood, couches and chairs, and dryer vents and air ducts and the whole bit. 314-474-2020. You can also book online at ZeroResSTL.com.
Amendment 4 on the August ballot hides some ugly facts. It would create a new minority veto power, but only for ballot issues that are citizen-led.
I just say no to that.
Amendment 4 permanently ends majority rule for citizen-led ballot issues.